Every roof has a story, and you notice yours has more than one to tell. That spring storm brought more than just rain. The telltale thump of hail hitting every second as the wind tears the shingles off one by one. Now it's time to do something about it, but you need someone you can trust. That's why homeowners turn to Stevens Roofing and Remodeling, a family-owned company with over 30 years of experience in all types of roof systems. Providing free inspections, Stevens will help you every step of the way. Join our family today. Stevens Roofing and Remodeling, trusted by generations.
On the Cannery Road, good luck down in Austin. If it was easy, everybody would do it. It's all just a part of the show. God bless you and your 9 to 5, hot supper on the table. But don't you tell me about me and mine. I'm a savvy boy, willing and able. How they ever gonna find us? Shipwreck on the mountain, rubbernecking all the outlaws. It's who we wanna be. Belly up and just fake it, and two-step overrated, so we can hope to be someone someday.
Hey, I got another one for you. And just look at the hole in this line. You could drive a truck right through there. I mean, the refrigerator William Perry could get a first down there. But you know who's going to get their number called for this one? Yeah, that's right, Dr. Ferris. He's like a ligating linebacker. Boom, just like that. And that's why Ferris Orthodontics is going to get the MVP for this one.
Got the tickets?
Yep, I got them right here. I'll see you at 9.
Call GVTC today for our premium Wi-Fi service. Because Wi-Fi dead zones are downright
Terrifying.
GVTC, official Wi-Fi of the undead.
Hey, I got another one for you. And just look at the hole in this line. You could drive a truck right through there. I mean, the refrigerator William Perry could get a first down there. But you know who's going to get their number called for this one? Yeah, that's right, Dr. Ferris. He's like a ligating linebacker. Boom, just like that. And that's why Ferris Orthodontics is going to get the MVP for this one.
From Jerry Vance Field in Liberty Hill, just north of Austin in Williamson County, it's Friday night Texas high school football. Tonight, the championship of District 13 5A Division II is up for grabs as the Pieper Warriors visit the Liberty Hill Panthers. Good evening and thank you so much for joining us. My name is Paul Alexander. My partner is Joey Gonzalez. Joey, it's the final Friday night of the regular season, but both of these teams will be playing somewhere next week as the postseason gets underway.
Yeah, the only question is who goes in as the district's number 1 seed. Here's the deal. If Pieper wins tonight, the Warriors are the outright champions. If Liberty Hill wins, the two teams share the league title with identical 5-1 league records. But in that case, the Panthers would be the top seed by virtue of their head-to-head victory. Pieper has an overall record of 8-1 and has won 7 straight. Liberty Hill's only district loss was to Kerrville-Tivy. The Panthers are 6-3 overall and are riding a 4-game win streak, including an 81-31 pummeling of Bastrop last week.
Joey, tonight we're going to see two of the most prolific offenses in the state, but they get it done in vastly different ways. Pieper does it primarily in the air, averaging 318 passing yards per game. Warrior quarterback Jake South has thrown 31 TD passes against just 4 interceptions. The Liberty Hill slot T running attack is legendary in Texas high school football. The Panthers have attempted only 30 passes all season, but they run the ball for 462 yards per game, and they rushed for almost 700 a week ago. So tonight we have the Pieper Air Force against the Liberty Hill Infantry.
That Panther slot T is like a geometry class. They come at you from all angles, and they show no down and distance tendencies. The Warriors defense will have to be disciplined in reading their keys rather than falling for all the eye candy. As for the conditions tonight, they are perfect. 71 degrees outside, a little wind with the wind coming in set 4 miles per hour from the south.
It will be a night to remember. Let's set tonight's officiating crew. Terrence McCann is the referee and the crew chief. The umpire is Tom Hartwick. The head linesman, Chad Zimmerman. Line judge, Aaron Webb. Douglas Morgan is the back judge tonight. The field judge is John Guidry. And the side judge is Dan McDaniel. The captains for Pieper are number 7, Jake Strachan, number 8, Jake South, number 28, Landon Ashpaw, and number 4, David Huntsman. Pieper's head coach is Nick Rogers, while Kent Walker coaches the Panthers. Liberty Hill advanced to the 5A Division II semifinals a year ago. Matter of fact, they've done that in 3 straight years. And back in the day, the Panthers won Class 3A state championships in 2006 and 2007. Injury update. The Warriors were without 3 key receivers last week. 2 of them are back. Nolan Doss and Isaiah Champagne are good to go. Evan Drake, however, remains out tonight.
It's going to be great to have Champagne and Nolan Doss back. Nolan Doss leads his team in receiving touchdowns. Meanwhile, Isaiah Champagne, really athletic guys, and it's going to be fun to see how Jake South connects to those guys.
Okay, you were watching the warm-up closely, and I got to say this. A lot of people think this Liberty Hill offense is kind of antiquated or it's your granddaddy's offense. I'm going to tell you something. That thing is beautiful, and it is really, really sophisticated. And viewers and listeners, what you'll notice is they give you no time to adjust defensively. They literally break the huddle, run to the line of scrimmage, and snap the ball in less than 2 seconds. You have no chance to make an adjustment. So the key here is individual assignment football. Don't watch the ball because they can move the ball faster than you could watch it. Watch your guy read your key.
It's nothing like I've ever seen before. I mean, even in the warm-ups, it's hard to find the guy that gets a football. They're so bunched up. There's so much movement. And if you're not paying attention to the guy you're supposed to get, that ball's going to get lost really quickly.
Okay, so here we have a Warrior program only in its 2nd full season of varsity football. And you have this, again, I'm going to use the word because they've earned it, legendary program. I don't think the Warriors are going to be nervous tonight. I don't, but I do think that maybe Liberty Hill can draw on some of that earlier playoff experience.
Yeah, this is a Warrior team we talked about all season long, the first year with all seniors, and this is what they've been building to. 3 years of football. They built for this moment, and this is where you make it happen right here. You try to dig in on what Liberty Hill's done in the past, and this is Pieper's journey, and it's time to write their own story.
This is only the 2nd meeting ever between these 2 schools. They got together last year at Pieper at the Warrior Coliseum, and Liberty Hill won that game by a score of 47-7. So we got the coin toss upcoming. Let's say that the Warriors win the toss. You want to defer, or do you want football?
With the way this offense plays, I would receive the football. They play so fast. Get the lead early in this ball game and then play in front of Liberty Hill from the start of this game.
Okay, if I were looking for one key to this game, and there are a bunch of them, and we've spent a lot of time talking about it because it's so exciting, but first down is key. Keep in mind, this is a Liberty Hill rushing attack that averages 8.8 yards per snap. You have to get them under control on first down to have any chance of ending a drive and getting the ball back.
Yeah, Paul, I mean, think about so many games this season where Pieper struggled to move the ball on first down, forcing them to go on 2nd and 10, 2nd and long situations. So if you can move the ball forward, it's going to be crucial to winning this ball game.
This is an amazing stat that was dug up by our wonderful spotter and researcher, Keith Schmitz. Get this. You think this Warrior defense is coming on and you think they take the ball away frequently? Well, get this. They have scored 142 points off turnovers, and that's an average of almost 18 points per game strictly from takeaways.
Yeah, I mean, this defense is so good. We talk so highly of this offense, but the defense deserves so much credit. They are going to force turnovers against this Liberty Hill team. And not only that, whenever they force these turnovers, they often set up really good field positioning.
And here we go for the district championship. And the Warriors are going to get the ball first. And what a scene this is. You get the feeling they've done this football thing before here at Liberty.
Yeah, before the game, I mean, they were tailgating out front. I don't think I've ever seen a high school tailgating. The student section is rocking today, and it's going to be a great atmosphere on the final regular season Friday of the season.
It is pretty close to a perfect environment with so much up for grabs. Liberty Hill to kick it off. Connor Hawkins handles the chore. And with that, we're playing the great game with lots at stake. And the kickoff goes into the end zone. That'll result in a touchback. As we said, Pieper gets the ball first, a prolific Pieper offense that's averaging 46 points and 423 yards per game, and they're averaging 318 passing yards.
Paul, this is going to be a lot of fun, and I'm excited to see Nolan Doss and Isaiah Champagne. Champagne's been out for a little bit with that upper body injury. How can he get those guys involved? And Jake South, let's see how comfortable he can get in the pocket early in this ball game.
Pieper with 562 total yards last week versus Lockhart. On first down, they motion back to Trips on the near side, and that tricky screen is complete and advances the ball outside the 30-yard line, and that's Andrew Grindstaff, the sophomore, who played so brilliantly last week. Last week versus Lockhart, this guy caught 14 balls.
And we talked about all season long being that guy that could step up, and Andrew Grindstaff was an example of that, leading the way last week.
Gain of almost 7. 2nd and 3 from the 32-yard line. Running play. Hopper's the ball carrier, breaks one tackler, but he's going to gain only about a yard, and it'll be a 3rd and 2 situation for the Warriors here on the opening drive.
I think Brady Hopper's done a really good job since the halfway point of this season, really starting to pick things up on the rushing attempts. The first player on this Pieper team to surpass 300 yards rushing.
3rd and 2. Against a 3-man defensive front, 2 receivers to either side of the formation. Jake South, the quarterback, he's thrown 31 touchdown passes and only 4 interceptions. They failed to make connections this time, and that was intended for Isaiah Champagne, who is back in the lineup, still recovering from that injured wrist, but he is able to play. Okay, opening drive, you're in your own territory. It's 4th and short. Yeah, in this case, the Warriors are going to punt the football, or at least they look like they're going to as Jake Strachan comes on.
Yeah, for a second it looked like they were going to go for it. They looked over to the sidelines, but then they brought out the punting unit. I think it's too early in the ball game to be going for risks like that. Get comfortable, then that's when Pieper can kind of throw in those gadget plays.
Look at this. Liberty Hill's not even buying it. They don't have a deep return man. Strachan, the punter, takes the ball at his 18 and gets the kick away, and it does turn over, coming down on the near sideline and going out of bounds just outside the Liberty Hill 30. All right, if you haven't seen this offense before, you need to. You're going to be dazzled. Look at all the movement. Look at the quickness, the precision, the misdirection, the eye candy, if you will. Nobody does this offense better.
Paul, you can't even take a breath before this team gets to the line of scrimmage. As soon as this huddle breaks, they're going to be ready to snap the football.
And here we go. Drive starts from the 33. Warriors loading up the box. They'll pass on first down. And they overthrow an open receiver on that double seam route. And get this, that's only the 31st pass attempt of the season for Liberty Hill. And they open up the game with that, and they did hit that one for a touchdown last week.
Yeah, I mean, this is as you mentioned, a Liberty Hill team who does not throw the football very much. And I think they throw in that pass to maybe force Pieper to think they're going to use that a little bit more, but I expect the rushing all night long.
Unbalanced line right, they run that direction. The ball carrier is Noah Long, and he's met by the left side of that Pieper defense. Excellent job of reading their keys there, and a great play by defensive end, the senior, David Huntsman.
All night long, we're going to see 2 names constantly said, Noah Long and Ben Carter. Between those 2 running backs, Paul, 30 combined touchdown runs.
Noah Long with 290 yards total offense last week against Bastrop, and he scored 5 combined TDs. But after 2 snaps, Liberty Hill has gained 0 yards. It's 3rd and 10. Counter running play coming to the right side of the offense, and that's Noah Long on the carry. And again, Huntsman makes another wonderful defensive play, and with that, Liberty Hill is going to have to punt the football.
One of the captains on this Pieper team, great job there by David Huntsman, quickly recognizing who has the ball, and as we've seen all season long on rushing defense, everybody quickly combines, and Paul, 4 plays and a 1-yard pickup on that drive for the Panthers.
Very auspicious start for this Warrior defense. Connor Hawkins is the punter.
Back deep for Pieper, number 13, Jackson Hopper.
Deep snap is high, but Hawkins brings it down and gets it away. It's a very short punt, however, that's going to hit and now take a Liberty Hill roll, and it'll be killed at about the Pieper 35-yard line. So each team forced to punt on their first possession.
Paul, this is 2 teams who are averaging a good amount of points per game. And before you and I got here, I mentioned it's going to be the defense that is going to have to step up, and both the Panthers and the Warriors defense stepped up on that first drive. Which offense is going to crack the scoreboard first?
And the Warriors will start this drive from their 35 with 9:35 remaining here in the first quarter. 2 receivers to either side of the formation. Jake South, the quarterback, looks to the near side, now throws deep down the right side, and the pass is incomplete. No flags thrown so far, at least. That was Andrew Grindstaff was the intended receiver. Did he come down with the ball? That's truly amazing. What a catch by the sophomore.
What a catch by Grindstaff. I mean, he was being clobbered and still found a way to hold on to that football.
Toss running play handled nicely by the Liberty Hill defense. That was Brady Hopper on the carry. And the nose tackle, Jacob Morris, makes a very alert and solid play for the Panthers.
That's a good job there by Brady Hopper. I mean, that play was doomed from the start, but he finds a way to at least get close to the line of scrimmage. He only loses a yard on a play that could have lost 3 or 4.
2nd and 11, and what a catch that was a moment ago by Grindstaff. South to throw, has time, has lots of time. Throws deep into the end zone, far side, and we do have a flag this time. It was intended for Jake Strachan as he was singled up over there, and that was Trevon Williams in defense for the Panthers, but there is a flag, and it appears to have been defensive pass interference.
Well, I will say with Isaiah Champagne down with the injury, probably your best jump ball player is Jake Strachan. Throw it up to him in that left corner. He doesn't come up with it, but he does a good job drawing the penalty, and this will likely result in a first down for the Warriors.
Deep at number 15. 15 yards from the previous 5.
They call the foul on the free safety, Matthew Steck. All right, so it moves the ball to the 12-yard line. And so the Panthers have the first real scoring opportunity for either team so far, with 8:43 remaining in this scoreless first quarter. South, the quarterback. Play fake, throws on the slant, throws it behind his intended receiver. And I think that was Strachan once again. And South, such an accurate passer. Really, if you think about it, Strachan had the inside position and had crossed the defender's face. So certainly South wishes he had gotten that ball out front a little bit more.
Yeah, that pass just a little behind on Jake Strachan. Already back-to-back targets for the Jake-to-Jake connection right there. And Paul, as you mentioned, you wish he had it back, but now 2nd down and 10. You're still in the red zone. Ideal positioning here for the Warriors.
From the 12. 4 eligible receivers to the left side of the formation, but they toss it back to the weak side, and that's Hopper on the carry inside the 5 down to the 1-yard line. 1st and goal.
There's that shovel pass that's been effective all season long, and Brady Hopper got a really nice block on that right outside edge, and that's how he was able to get through and pick up that first down and just 1 yard away from scoring these first points of the ballgame.
The drive had started back at the Warrior 35-yard line. So they're trying to finish off a 65-yard touchdown drive and draw first blood. Stacked receivers to the near side. South gives it off on the running play to Hopper. The quarterback thinks it's a touchdown. Everybody else does too. Now confirmed by the officials, a 65-yard touchdown drive. And with that, the Warriors take a 6-0 lead.
Well, this is a Pieper team. We talked about it. They could play fast, and they could do it. You see the handoff there on the replay, and Brady Hopper just goes right up the middle. His leg got wrapped up at the 1, but he uses that body to muscle in. And, Paul, as we're used to seeing, the Warriors going for the 2-point conversion.
Never a doubt, right? They have been spectacular at that this season. They go empty set this time with now 4 receivers to the near side. South looks the other way. Fade. Tries to get the jump ball in the corner of the end zone, and it is incomplete. It was intended there for Isaiah Champagne. Just good to see him in the ball game. All right, but even though they did not get the 2, they got the 6, and right now they have a 6-0 lead with 8:07 remaining in the first. We'll be back with the kickoff in just a moment right here on the Warrior Sports Network.
Class 5A area champs. The Lady Panthers swept Smithson Valley Tuesday. Come out and support
Paul and Joey, you're back.
Back in Liberty Hill. This game for the District 13 5A Division II District Championship. Warriors now up 6-0 after a touchdown drive. We'll recount that in just a moment. Right now, here's the kickoff by Miranda. It'll come down at about the 12-yard line and be returned up the middle. And this is a pretty decent return for Liberty Hill. That was Noah Long on the return, and he sets his team up with possession at about the 35-yard line. Scoring drive information from Joey.
Paul, this season has flown by, and so did that drive right there. 5 plays, a minute and 28 seconds with a 65-yard play, capped off by a 1-yard touchdown run. And just like that, Pieper leads 6-0 here on this Friday night.
And just like that, Liberty Hill will snap the ball. Running play coming near side. Hit immediately. And what a job this running defense is doing so far for the Warriors. I mean, they've got 2 yards rushing in the football game.
And no surprise, it's Jackson Hopper making a really excellent open field tackle there. Really no defenders nearby, but Jackson Hopper goes low and forces the running back to trip up, and no yards on the run.
Look at this. They got 10 defenders at the line of scrimmage. Quarterback gives it off. And again, look at all this sleight of hand. They're trying to get you to search for the ball because they move it so beautifully. But again, another really good play made defensively. And keep an eye on the ball carrier. Ben Carter is their fullback. They have 3 outstanding running backs, but you have to get the fullback under control first before you can handle anything else. Second down. Quarterback keep. Far side. There is a flag. Jack Pitchford is the quarterback for the Panthers. And he gets a big chunk of yardage, but we got flags down.
Yeah, looked like 2 flags were thrown out, one at the offensive line and then kind of one in the secondary. And I'm thinking that both of these are going against Liberty Hill and going backwards.
That's what they think, yeah.
I mean, Paul, it's just still Liberty Hill. We're 5 minutes into this ball game, and they have yet to find a way to get more than 3 yards on a rush.
They ran for 691 a week ago tonight, including a 99-yard touchdown run by the guy we were just talking about, their fullback, Ben Carter.
Got holding, offense, number 88. Blindside block. Those penalties all set.
I'm having a little hard time understanding the term blindside block on the defense, but we'll go with it. And the penalty's offset.
Yeah, Paul, interesting call there on the second flag.
But it really is. And again, I'm not taking in any way a disagreement with the officials. I just think maybe that wasn't explained as fully as we might have hoped. But the penalties do offset. Or are they changing their minds?
Okay. offense. Fine. Offense. 10-yard penalty. Replay, third down.
Okay, that's what I was wondering about. How could you have a blindside block on the defense? But the good news is they took the time to get the call right, and you heard the explanation from the referee, Terrence McCann.
Yeah, so there was a hold at the line of scrimmage, then the illegal blindside block. So Pieper declines the blindside block and accepts the holding penalty. So that's where they're going back from. So, but Paul, as he said, a good thing they sorted it out, took their time, and now we're going to have a 3rd and long for another chance for this Pieper defense to get a 3 and out.
Ball on the 26. They have to get the ball to the 45-yard line. Big 3rd down play coming up. And they'll snap the ball immediately. Slot to the right side, tight end left. Counter fake, quarterback keeper, and brought down behind the line of scrimmage, although there is a flag on the play.
There is a flag on the play.
Caden Glass with the outstanding play from his middle linebacker position, and we do have a Warrior defender down on the field at the 25-yard line.
Just going back real quick on that play, Jack Pitchford was the one who held onto that ball, and just a great job by the defense sliding to that left side and getting the tackle once again behind the line of scrimmage for another loss of yards for the Panthers.
We will not attempt to identify the injured player until we are 100% certain. And this looks like it may take a few seconds here, so we're going to take a brief timeout and step aside for just a moment here on the Warrior Sports Network.
Hey, I got another one for you. And just look at the hole in this line. You could drive a truck right through there. I mean, the refrigerator William Perry could get a first down there. But you know who's going to get their number called for this one? Yeah, that's right, Dr. Ferris. He's like a ligating linebacker. Boom, just like that. And that's why Ferris Orthodontics is going to get the MVP for this one.
Back in Liberty Hill, the injured player for the Warriors is senior defensive lineman Leighton Lopez. If we get an update on his condition, we'll give it to you. As you can see, he is walking with a lot of assistance toward the far sideline.
Yeah, wishing Leighton Lopez the best there. And the flag was called against Pieper, so now Panthers end up getting the first down. So maybe that's what the Panthers needed to get some offense going, or if Pieper's going to continue to just lock down this rushing offense.
Flag really unfortunate for the Warriors because they have been absolutely rock-ribbed defensively. Liberty Hill, running play to the fullback who gets a faceful after about a gain of 1. That's Ben Carter, and Caden Glass made the play along with Landon Ashpaw.
Paul, that was a face full. There were 5 defenders in his face. There was nowhere to go there for Carter. And once again, another 1-yard rush for this Panther offense.
We said they have to get the fullback under control first before they move on to other things. Ben Carter, the fullback, last week against Bastrop, 263 yards on only 15 carries, 3 TDs. He had a touchdown run of 99 yards. Running play coming to the near side here. Ball carrier does turn the corner. And that's Noah Long, another one of their outstanding backs.
Noah Long carries 4 yards, pushed out of bounds by number 13, Jackson Hopper.
Well, Paul, I'll say this. You're going to know that Liberty Hill is going to get big rushes. They're going to get big chunks. So if you're the defense, how do you respond to plays like that? They're going to get 5-yard gains, but you got to hold them to as minimum yards as often.
On 3rd down, Long again, trying the right side of the offense. And once again, he is met with great resistance, led by that guy, once again, the Mike linebacker, Caden Glass.
What a day Caden Glass is having. What a season Caden Glass is having. Once again, another good stop there. I just talked about how would they respond off of a 5-yard pickup. And then Caden Glass says no more yards, 1 yard pickup for the Panthers, and now they're going to punt for the second time today.
Glass went into this game with 62 tackles, and he already has 3 more tonight. So Liberty Hill is going to punt the football with Connor Hawkins standing back at his 35-yard line. A little bit of a high snap and a rugby-style punt and a very short one with backspin. This may back up a little bit, and in fact it does, and it'll be killed outside the 40-yard line. So from a field position standpoint, Liberty Hill didn't gain much there. Advantage Warriors.
Yeah, really shallow punt there, and I'm wondering if that's why Liberty Hill makes that adjustment on right before the punt happens. You saw a couple of the special teams slide out to that right side, and Paul, I mean, that was a punt that just went straight up, kind of like a fly ball in baseball, and now really good field positioning, the best field positioning all night long for the Warriors.
All right, so after that short punt, the Warriors, who already lead 6-0, have another opportunity here as they got the ball at their own 42-yard line with exactly 5 minutes remaining here in quarter number 1.
Thank you.
3 receivers to the far side. John Hamilton now in the ball game at running back. Play fake. South comes to the near side under heavy pressure and will be sacked back at the 33-yard line.
Well, that was a play for Jake South. The pocket collapsed almost from the start of that play. He had a defender right on his back. He tried to kind of step into that play, but instead he ends up going down, and kind of the first time we've seen loss of yardage for the Pieper offense.
The nose tackle, Jacob Morris, with his 3rd sack of the year and 6th tackle for a loss. Warriors will go empty. Liberty Hill shows blitz. South rolls to his left, pulls the trigger, and has a receiver, that's Grindstaff, on the reception out close to midfield.
Well, just a week ago, we've already talked about Grindstaff leading the way against Lockhart, and then now today already 2 receptions, and he sets up 3rd and manageable for the Warriors.
Grindstaff, good for 12 yards. Pushed out of bounds by number 4, Aiden Cameron.
3rd and about 5.
3rd down. 5.
So they get the yardage back after the sack. 3 receivers to the near side. South wants to throw, does so. Out route, complete right at the sticks. That's Isaiah Champagne. We'll see if the play clears for the first down. That is right at the line to gain.
Well, they gave him the first down, Paul. I thought it was a little short. I didn't think Champagne got to it, but they get the spot, get the first down, and if you're the Warriors, you'll take it and keep this drive going.
Isaiah Champagne, he has really been missed in the couple of weeks he's been out with that bad wrist, but he's back, and he is a big play performer. First down in Panther territory. South comes to the near side, throws deep, got a man wide open. Can he get it? Just could not stretch far enough. Just millimeters away from the fingertips of Andrew Grindstaff.
Well, Andrew Grindstaff, just a really good job finding a way to get open. And Paul, what's impressive to me is how the Warriors always find a way to get receivers open, whether it's Nolan Dawes, Grindstaff scratching. They're always wide open down the field, and just a missed opportunity there.
3rd and long, running play, and that's a nice move made there by John Hamilton. And look at him, John Hamilton, explosive. And on a 3rd and long, he converts it down at the 34-yard line before he's finally brought down by linebacker Samuel Knox.
That's a really nice run there for John Hamilton, averaging 5.4 yards a rush, and then he picks up about 13 on that last play.
From the 34, South, play fake, steps up in the pocket, throws down the middle. It's complete at the 5, and down to the 2 goes Isaiah Champagne.
I was interested to see how that cast on that left hand would affect Champagne entering today. And one-on-one coverage, it was really good coverage down the field, and Champagne ends up grabbing the ball just inside the 5-yard line.
32 yards on the completion. 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. Warriors trying to add to their 6-0 lead. South, the quarterback from the empty set. 3 receivers to the near side. South throws at the goal line, incomplete, but we do have a flag. We'll sort that out for you. It was intended for Grindstaff.
Yeah, Grindstaff the intended target, and I'm wondering if there was holding right at the goal line, and maybe that's why Grindstaff's a little late to that play.
Pass interference.
I didn't see what happened at the end of the play, but Jake South appears to be limping a little bit at the 10-yard line. I didn't see what happened to him at the end of that play.
Well, hopefully hopefully South is all right. I mean, you got a great quarterback in Jake Strachan as well, but ideally you would like to keep your quarterback healthy, especially with a Pieper team who looks to make a deep push into the playoffs.
Line of scrimmage is the 17. South throws over the middle. Intended for Champaign and incomplete. Remember they had that completion a moment ago that seemed to carry down to the 2-yard line.
Yeah, my only concern for him is that cast on his wrist. I mean, it's a lot more difficult to make those athletic, difficult plays when really he's only got the right hand that can really close in compared to that left hand. So it's going to be interesting to see how Champaign does, but with the athleticism he has, he's going to find ways to get open.
2nd and goal from the 17. Warriors from the one-back gun. Panthers showing blitz. Here they come off the edge. South goes to his left, throws into the corner of the end zone, intended for Strachan, and too far out in front. And it'll be 3rd and goal.
That's a really difficult play there for Jake South. He ends up rolling out to his left side, so his momentum's going to the left, and that's the direction he's throwing, but he kind of has to hold up, and he really has to muscle that ball in there, and just a little too soft on it, gets too far in front of the receiver, incomplete, and now 3rd and long here in the goal-to-go situation.
Hamilton remains the running back. Players looking to the far sideline to get the call from offensive coordinator Adam Artiega. 3 receivers to the near side. South takes the snap, has time, throws corner left, leaping attempt made. Pass falls incomplete. It was intended for Strachan, and a nice defensive play by the cornerback Trayvon Williams.
Paul, what did I say earlier? You're going to see a lot of one-on-one balls thrown up to that left corner to Jake Strachan since Champaign has the injury. And right there we see it for the 2nd time today. Great coverage inside the end zone, and now a chance for 3 points and make this a 2-possession lead.
Daniel Miranda on to try a 35-yard field goal attempt. Remember, he had a couple of big field goals last week, and he won a game earlier this year on the last play against Davenport. It'll be placed down at the 25, Strachan the holder. The kick is on its way. Did it bleed over? It did not. It missed. So this remains a 1-score game with the Warriors leading 6-0. And we'll keep it right here.
That was a really low kick. It had really odd spin to it as well. I'm wondering if on the hold the stitches were phased towards Miranda. I mean, not one of the best kicks we've seen. Paul, you mentioned that kick against Davenport. It was a laser, and right there it didn't look like he got the best of his foot on that ball.
He has a very strong leg. There's no question about that. So it would have been nice to have the 3, but still, the Warriors have them bottled up at their 20-yard line. Slot to the right side this time. Now they motion this way, and it's a sweep to the right, and that's Noah Long on the carry. And pretty good pursuit by the Warrior defense, and a flag down as well.
Yeah, flag towards the end of that play, and it was once the run made it to that outside edge. Interesting to see what the call will be.
Holding. Defense.
Okay, they've had 3 offensive holding calls so far, and that's a good sign for the Warriors because it means they're having a real hard time controlling that defensive front.
Yeah, and I mean, it's all been on plays that have broken open. They've all been offensive holding, and you see it once again, and Liberty Hill just struggling to find that big rush, their largest rush of this ball game, 5 yards.
Penalty moves the ball back to the 10-yard line. Running play off left tackle. Exactly nothing. That's Joe Pitchford on the carry. And he's met by the right side of that Warrior defense. And, I mean, they're beating the blocks. They are beating the blocks. And that was another really, really strong defensive play.
Yeah, and also Caleb Gale doing a good job. He was the second tackler to get there, and then he shows his muscle there and just brings down the rusher down to the turf. And, as you mentioned, just beating the blockers. There's a lot of speed on this defense, and it's showing here tonight.
That was sophomore Thor Michael Bust on that great play defensively. Play fake. They want to throw it. Will they get it away? No, the quarterback is hit just as he throws. on a really nice play as once again the middle linebacker, the Mike linebacker, Caden Glass on the blitz.
Caden Glass just is all over the field tonight. And you see on that play, Jack Pitchford, he realizes Glass is on his tail, so he rolls out to that right side. He barely got it back to the line of scrimmage. That one would have been an intentional grounding, and Liberty Hill cannot afford that with the ball being spotted at the 10-yard line.
Don't have official rushing stats for Liberty Hill here in the first quarter, but this has to be their lowest rushing output of a quarter all year long. But they can do that on the other hand. That's Joe Pitchford on the carry, and he finds a seam off left guard.
Yeah, they have that explosivity, but that's why the defense did a really good job early in that drive, forcing them to go for negative yards. So whenever they do have a big yard rush, I mean, they're just now back at the line of scrimmage. So another 3 and out for Liberty Hill, their second of the night.
And you would think that the Warriors are going to get great field position out of this one with the return man Jackson Hopper standing with his heels inside Panther territory. The kick is away. Hopper calls for and makes the fair catch right at midfield. So the Warriors, they lead 6-0. They missed on a field goal on their last possession, but now they have once again a chance to make this a 2-score game, and Liberty Hill is not used to being behind.
No, they're not, and this is the best field positioning all night that Pieper has had. And if you're Liberty Hill, as you mentioned, kind of unfamiliar territory, how do they respond right here? And you got to think in this early 12 minutes of football, this is going to be the biggest drive of the ball game here for the Liberty Hill defense.
From midfield, Hopper, the running back. They motion to trips on the left side, and the give is to Hopper. And he gets a gain of only 1 yard, but he does get the ball into Panther territory at the 49. Clock running with 1:10 left here in the first quarter.
We talked about at the start of this ball game, how can Pieper move the ball on first downs? It's been a struggle really all season long. But right there, you move the ball forward just a couple of yards, and that sets up more manageable situations on 2nd and 3rd down.
Gain of 2, so it's 2nd and 8. Clock continues to run. South the quarterback. Looks left side, now rolls left side. Gathers himself, throws a little back shoulder ball. It's complete. This is going to be a sprint to the goal line. Jake Strachan inside the 10. 1st and goal, Pieper Warriors.
What a great job there by Jake Strachan. I mean, he had a little bit of a cutback there, and as soon as he caught the ball, it was a foot race to the end zone. 4 defenders nearby, and Jake Strachan puts Pieper inside the red zone for the 3rd time tonight.
Gain of 41. 1st and goal from the 7. From the empty set, South throws into the corner. We're waiting for the call. Isaiah Champagne, does he come up with it?
Jake's about south pass, number 19, Isaiah Champagne. Good for 7 yards and a Pieper touchdown.
You know, they didn't see too exuberant about that Pieper touchdown here at Liberty Hill, and I was waiting for somebody to actually throw their arms in the air, but all I care about is the 6 points are on the board. It's 12-0, and with that, the Warriors will go for 2. Now look, here's something you don't see very much. This power running formation for the Warriors, and now motion to more power. They go that direction, South looking into the end zone, throws it. The pass was caught. Now, was he inbounds? He was not. So once again, they fail on the 2-point conversion that was intended for Grindstaff. But the important thing, this now a 2-score game as the Warriors have taken a 12-0 lead here late in the first quarter, and we'll keep it right here.
I mean, what a great job there by Isaiah Champagne. We talked about how big it was to have him back, and he shows how skillful he is. I mean, that window was as big as a car window. Very small, and he found a way to catch the football, drag the feet that they often teach receivers. Great catch, great completion, and a great drive for Pieper.
Most impressive.
And
how impressive have they been on the defensive side of the ball?
I mean, the defensive side, 5 yards is the biggest rushing attempt that we've seen, or 10 yards after that last drive from Liberty Hill. But, I mean, great job by the defense, even better job by the offense. 3 plays, 50 yards, capped off by a 7-yard touchdown pass to Isaiah Champagne, and it lasted only 60 seconds.
Logan Lopez on to handle the kickoff duties for the Warriors. Puts his right foot in the ball. It'll be fielded right at the 10-yard line and returned along the far hash, but good job by that Pieper Warrior kickoff coverage team as they make the play at about the 26-yard line. Hector Rodriguez with an outstanding stop.
And you notice we've noticed that Pieper continues to kick the ball deep all season long. It's really seemed like they've gone with the pooch kick, and today they've relied on the kickoff to go deep and let the special teams make those tackles.
This home crowd here in Liberty Hill a little bit stunned. Okay, we've got a whistle and a flag and probably a procedure penalty. And that time, Liberty Hill's offense went with a wing to either side and then tried to run a power sweep back to the near side.
Well, that's the thing about how quickly Liberty Hill gets to the line of scrimmage. They're so ready to get the snap that sometimes the offensive line moves a little early, and that's what we see right there. 4th offensive penalty against Liberty Hill here in this first quarter.
Leighton Lopez back in the ballgame for the Warriors. That's good to see. So the penalty moves the ball back to the 20. And it's 1st and 15. Unbalanced line to the right. They go that direction. They don't get much of a push. So it'll be 2nd and long, 2nd and about 8. On what proved to be the final play of the first quarter, we played 12 minutes here in Liberty Hill, and in a game for the district championship, the score is Pieper 12, Liberty Hill nothing. Back with quarter number 2 in just a moment, right here on the Warrior Sports Network.
Tonight's broadcast on Warriors Network is brought to you by Stevens Roofing and Remodeling, Ferris Orthodontics, GVTC, and Comal Independent School District.
JV Gold 22-8, and JV Purple defeated by Pieper 28-14.
Paul and Joey, you guys are live.
We begin quarter number 2. Liberty Hill with the football, 2nd and 8 from their own 27-yard line, trying to crack into the scoring column as the Warriors lead this one by a score of 12-0 and have dominated play so far.
Well, if Liberty Hill wants to find a way to get back in this ball game, they're going to have to find a way to move the ball forward. I mean, their largest play of the game has been 10 yards. This Pieper defense is doing amazing so far.
On first down, once again, they just don't expect to move backward. That doesn't happen very often. That was DJ Seaborn, another one of their very explosive backs, and looks like maybe he's limping off the field. And he lost 2, so it's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, 3rd down and 10, and as I've mentioned, Liberty Hill just has not found a way to move the ball down the field, and it's because Pieper's defense has gotten to the ball so quickly as soon as the ball snapped.
Very quickly indeed. Here's the quarterback. Rolling to his right, now throws deep. The intended receiver was the quarterback's brother, Joe Pitchford, but that was some really rock and roll coverage applied there. What a nice play that was by Chris Vivians.
Yeah, great job there. And that ball was underthrown, and some of the Liberty Hill fans arguing for a PI on that play, but great job there by Chris Vivians applying the pressure, and a difficult play there for the quarterback on the run. And just underthrown, and now once again another chance for Pieper to get the ball around the 50-yard line.
I respectfully disagree with the Liberty Hill fans. That was great defense. Connor Hawkins, the punter, gets us away from about the 15. And that's going to be Jackson Hopper, who calls for and makes the fair catch at the Warrior 45-yard line.
Well, another really good starting field positioning for this Pieper offense. And with the way they move the ball down the field, they keep finding ways to get inside the red zone. Another crucial drive right here. And Jake Southpaw has looked really comfortable in the pocket all night long.
From the empty set, 3 receivers to the right side of the formation against a 3-man defensive front. Hamilton, the man in motion. South throws over the middle. Just a little pitch and catch, and it's complete And that play made by that star sophomore, Andrew Grindstaff, who had that huge night a week ago against Lockhart.
It just seems every single week there's one more receiver on this Pieper team. Grindstaff this time gets open for a 5-6 yard pass and moving the ball forward on that first down.
2nd and 4 from the Warrior 49-yard line. Liberty Hill comes with a blitz off the edge. South throws to the left side and underthrows his intended receiver, Isaiah Champagne.
Really the first time today that we've seen Jake South underthrow a receiver, trying to dump it in there to Isaiah Champagne. Just too soft there. Now 3rd and 5 coming up.
Clock stopped with 10:43 remaining before halftime. From the one-back gun, 2nd and 4. South, just a little hook up, pitch and catch, and Grandstaff makes the catch. Again, I know I mentioned this earlier, he caught 14 balls a week ago.
Grindstaff doing a really good job, and really before last week, not a guy we had called all season long, but Grindstaff making the most of his opportunities and picks up the first down for the Warriors.
At the Panther 43, South throws off his back foot and throws it between two defenders. It was intended once again for Grindstaff.
Yeah, difficult play there for Jake South. He's dropping back, and quickly the pressure comes to him, and off that back foot, he just has to loft that ball into the air. Nobody around, so lucky to get out of that one for 2nd down and 10.
5th play of the drive from the Panther 43. South gives it off to John Hamilton, and he's hit almost immediately after a gain of about 2. Nice play made by inside linebacker Garrett Lindgren for the Panthers.
Well, there's a flag at the end of that play, wondering if there's a little bit of chirping going on. Saw some chirping earlier when Jake Strachan got locked up, so interesting to see what's going to happen and how these two teams are able to control each other. Because, Paul, as we mentioned, district championships on the line.
So we have a team that has dominated this district and has been so high profile. We'll first get the call, and it is an unsportsmanlike conduct call against the running back, John Hamilton. But I was just saying, you look at all this playoff experience for the Panthers, and this is the first ever playoff game for Pieper, but so far they have been the more composed team.
Yeah, I mean, this is a Liberty Hill team who knows how to get to the big stage, a team who state semifinalist team, state champs in the past, but Pieper is doing a really good job staying composed. That was the first time today that we've seen it get the best of them.
Moves it all the way back to the Pieper 42. South with time, throws deep for Champagne, and that's a ball he would normally catch. He does have that splint on his left wrist. Actually, it's more like a club, so that made that a difficult catch. But once again, just being able to stretch the defense with Champagne's presence has value.
Yeah, that's huge. The defenses are aware of the athleticism for Champagne, and you can't forget about him, because if you forget about him, he's going to be open for a completion just a little too high for Champagne to haul in. So now upcoming punt coming up for the Warriors.
If Champagne catches that, it's a touchdown. But the Warriors will punt. Strachan gets it away. Punt hits at about the 20-yard line and keeps rolling, goes inside the 15 and down to the 13. So again, in terms of field position, that last possession by the Warriors had value.
Yeah, Warriors just unable to capitalize on that, but great punt by Jake Strachan. Puts it pretty deep, and once again, Liberty Hill playing deep back in the field, and this is a big drive coming up with 9:42 to go here in the half. They need to find a way to get some offense.
It'll start from the Panther 13-yard line. They trail 12-0 with just under 10 minutes remaining before halftime. First down run. Off left guard. Ben Carter, the fullback, who's been totally bottled up so far. Here's a guy who rushed for 263 yards and 3 touchdowns, including a 99-yarder last week against Bastrop.
Yeah, Ben Carter and Noah Long just really nowhere to go so far.
Running play coming back over right guard. That's Joe Pitchford, the brother of the quarterback, Jack Pitchford. And that's another solid play, the fourth of the night for senior defensive end David Huntsman.
David Huntsman doing a really good job there. Nobody had a spot on him, and he just quickly flies in there. Huntsman's able to get to the rush, and another yard at most, if you could say that for that last rush.
3rd and 4. From the 18-yard line. Running play coming near side. Good job of setting the edge by the left side of that Warrior defense. The guy who set that edge and really made the play was Jordan Grant.
Great job there by Grant to get to that edge. And Liberty Hill just another 3-and-out coming. This will be their 3rd 3-and-out of the ball game. And this Warrior defense, they've been prepping all week, and you could tell great defensive presence.
What a great combination there. That's team football. Jordan Grant sets the edge, and Hector Rodriguez makes the play. And once again, the Warriors are going to get the ball back. Jackson Hopper standing in Panther territory. Again, a high snap a little bit, but they get it away. High spiraling kick that's going to hit and roll into just barely into Warrior territory. Matter of fact, they'll spot it right at midfield. Okay, no question. Pieper's just playing great, but they have failed to capitalize on a couple of opportunities that could have given them really some distance between themselves and the Panthers so far. So in my mind, getting some points here on this drive is of paramount importance.
Yeah, this is a huge drive right here. I want to say every single drive has started in front of the 30-yard line. I mean, this is a Pieper team who's getting great field positioning. They've gotten into the red zone 3 times. They're 2 for 3 in the red zone. Right here scoring would be huge and creating a big deficit for Liberty Hill.
First down, trips left. South throws a wide receiver screen intended for Strachan. The ball bounced off his hands, and it was intercepted on the carom by the cornerback, who's been outstanding tonight, number 23, Trayvon Williams. And Strachan be the first to admit he really wanted to pick up some yardage there, turned his eyes upfield, and unfortunately that ball was intercepted before it hit the ground.
Well, I'm wondering if that was some sort of a flea flicker. Maybe it was a pass over to Strachan.
Don't think so, because they had the screen set up in front of him.
Yeah, but either way, though, he brings his head up too early. Yeah. The ball gets deflected off of him, and maybe that's a little spark that Liberty Hill needed right here. They are inside of Pieper territory for the first time tonight. How does the defense respond after being on the bench for less than a minute?
From the 45, play fake. The quarterback wants to throw, does so deep down the right sideline, and that is going to draw a flag. That was intended for Joe Pitchford. And the defender, who's just played great football of late, the free safety, Reese Madigan, is flagged for pass INT.
Yeah, that's how quickly the momentum shifts in this bowl game. Liberty Hill trying to ride it right there. Why not go for a deep ball on the first play off the interception? And Reese Madigan getting a little tangled up there. Didn't look where the pass was coming initially, and that's where the refs throw the flag, and it's going to be PI.
By the way, the interception moments ago, obviously that's going to be attributed to Jake South. That's just the way it is in football. But understand this, that was only his 5th interception of the year against, I guess now 32 touchdown passes.
I mean, Paul, what a ratio that is. It doesn't matter what level of football. So impressive to have those numbers.
Running play right up the gut on first down. Ben Carter, the fullback, gets a gain of about 4, which is probably looking pretty good to Liberty Hill right about now. We mentioned the fact they had to get Liberty Hill under control on first down. Joey, so far they have more than done that.
Yeah, I mean, the first down struggles have been there. I mean, just struggling to get back to the line of scrimmage. There's been several negative yards on first down. That's all you could ask from the Pieper defense.
Got a flag and a procedure penalty against the Panthers. And they don't do that a lot.
Ball start. 25 offense. 5-yard penalty.
You hear the call from the referee, Terrence McCann.
Well, Paul, I'll tell you why. Because this offense is so used to running quickly out of the huddle, but now you're down. You're trying to get ahead of this Pieper defense, so you're trying to snap it even quicker at the line of scrimmage. So the guys aren't getting set, or they're jumping too early. And now you go behind the chains. You had 1st and 6. Now you're down at 2nd and 11.
From the 31, Ball just inside the near hash mark. Lots of blockers to the left side of the formation. Ball carrier Seaborn turns the corner. He's back in the ball game after being shaken up. But once again, we got a flag. And once again, Joey, I think it's going to be holding.
Yeah, I think you're correct. Once again, the flag lands right at the offensive line. And just like you said, holding. And that ball's going back once again on second down.
I think that's number 1, 2, 3, 4 holding penalties so far for the Panthers.
4, and then on 6, I believe, offensive line penalties, with 2 of those being false starts. And just a second ago, you had the ball spotted around the 27-yard line on second down and 6, and now you're facing 2nd and 21 from the Pieper 41.
Rollout pass, now a throwback pass. And that is not interference. That is great job of getting inside position and walling the receiver off by Jackson Hopper.
Yeah, great job there by Jackson Hopper, using his muscles, forcing the receiver away from the ball. And on that play, the pass for number 7, Jack Pitchford, that pass looked a little bit more guided than it was thrown hard, and that's why the defense has time to body off the defender. And now 3rd and really long coming up for the Panthers.
Number 34, Bryce Muchaw, checks it into the ball game at running back for the Panthers from the 41. They try to time the blitz, but it looks like maybe the Warriors were in the neutral zone a little early. Almost had it timed out.
But what a jump that could have been. That was number 25, Caden Glass, who I believe they're going to call for offside. But did you see the way he came sprinting through that offensive line?
Right through that A-gap.
Defense, number 25, 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
If he times that run a half second later, he gets there, and that's a loss of 3 yards.
Well, and he might have caused a fumble.
That too. I mean, Liberty Hill didn't even have time to look up by the time Hopper was already in the backfield.
3rd and long from the 36. Quarterback with the ball on the far side, turns the corner, gets inside the 30 down to the 28, but still not anywhere close to first down yardage. Nice play by the Will linebacker, Landon Ashpaw.
Ashpaw doing a good job not taking his eye off Pickford, realizing that's the guy who's going to hold on to the football. And now 4th down and 8. We'll see if they go with the field goal.
Long field goal attempt, and here's the reason. That guy, number 1, Connor Hawkins, is one of the truly outstanding kickers in the state of Texas. This is going to be a 45-yard attempt with the ball on the far hash mark. And we got a substitution problem for Liberty Hill, so they wisely elect to take a timeout. And we'll keep it right here with 5.5 minutes remaining before halftime, and we hope you'll stick around for the Ferris Orthodontics halftime show.
Yeah, well, Liberty Hill had to call the timeout there because number 88, Jet Harrison, looked like a late substitution for the Panthers. And as a result, I mean, they have 3 timeouts to work with. They burn one right there with 5:29. We'll see if that timeout comes back to bite them later on down the road if they try to go with some sort of 2-minute drill. But I'm interested to see this field goal. Paul, I believe this is the furthest field goal attempt we've seen from either team this season.
I do know this, in looking at videotape of Liberty Hill, in a game earlier this year, they attempted a 55-yarder, and he had enough distance. He missed it, but he had the distance. This is a 45-yarder. Liberty Hill trying to get on the scoreboard. They've been blanked so far. Ball down cleanly. Ball on its way. And it's good. Like I said, that guy is absolutely nails. And now with 5:24 remaining in the half, Liberty Hill is on the scoreboard. They now trail by 9 at 12-3. We'll be back with the remainder of the second quarter in just a moment, right here on the Warriors Sports Network.
Number 1, Connor Hawkins converts the 45-yard field goal with 5:24 remaining.
Tonight's broadcast on Warriors Network is brought to you by Stevens Roofing and Remodeling, the Branch Neighborhood Grill, San Martin Orthodontics, and Stratton Sport and Spine.
Paul and Joey, your life.
So after coming up with a deflected interception, the Panthers do get points off the turnover. Scoring drive info from Joey.
2 minutes and 21 seconds, capped off by a 45-yard field goal from number 1, Connor Hawkins. And just like that, first points of the ball game for the Panthers, with Pieper leading 12-3 with 5:24 to go here in this first half.
The Warriors have had the upper hand, but you get the feeling they need to do something to reestablish control and momentum right here before halftime. Kickoff is a long one. Fair catch is made. It was in the end zone anyway, so it's a touchback.
You know, one thing I'd like to see, I mean, you got 5:24 to go. I'd like to see Pieper kind of slow it down a little bit more, try to drain the clock, and score one final time and leave Liberty Hill with as little time as possible, if any, and go into the second half where Liberty Hill gets the ball to begin half number 2.
Let's hope that's the case. This ball game for the championship of District 13 5A Division II. Here on the final Friday night of the regular season. South, the quarterback, looks to the near side, has time, throws, and overthrows his intended receiver, Jake Strachan, at about the 31-yard line.
Not something we're very used to seeing from Jake South. I mean, he had plenty of time, maybe too much time on that throw, and just overthrows the other Jake Strachan, and now second down and 10.
Isaiah Champagne is in the ballgame at wide receiver. He's the inside receiver here on the near side. He's flanked by Strachan. Second and 10 following the incompletion. 3-man defensive front. Running play. And that's Hopper on the carry. Brady Hopper, that is, and he cracks across the 25 out to about the 28.
Number 32, Brady Hopper.
That's still pretty long here on third down, and that's why we talk about Pieper needing to move the ball on first downs. You want to set up third and manageables. Now you got to go for a deeper pass here in order to pick up the first down.
Play clock at 20. And the game clock running with 4:48 remaining before intermission. Third about 7. South rolls right, throws back over the middle. Incomplete, intended for Strachan. And that almost ended up being placed in a dangerous area as well. Pass falls incomplete, but it is fourth down.
Yeah, that ball is thrown in dangerous territory. 3 defenders nearby, and that was a play where Jake South was forced to roll out to his right side. Nobody open with Jake Strachan, the intended target. And this is what you didn't want. 4:33 to go, and you're giving the ball back to Liberty Hill.
Strachan, the punter, standing at his 14-yard line. Noah Long, the deep return man, calls for and makes a fair catch at the 37-yard line. Okay, so with 4:25 left, we get another look at this Liberty Hill offense that came into this game averaging 46 points and 510 total yards per game, including 462 on the ground. And largely that vaunted, I'll say it, legendary running game has been totally throttled so far.
Yeah, this is not a game where it looks like Liberty Hill is going to reach that 46-point mark. A really good running team, but they just have not been able to get it going here tonight.
On first down, they give it all to the fullback, and he's got a gain of maybe 1, and I mean maybe 1. That was Ben Carter on the carry.
And it just seems every single time the ball has gone through the middle, the defensive tackles have done a really good job. The linebackers getting there as well. It seems the plays that have been more successful for Liberty Hill are the balls that have gone to the outside.
It was another nice play by Sam linebacker Hector Rodriguez. Second down. They try to run the trap inside, and the Warrior defenders read their keys. That was Joe Pitchford on the carry. And it looks like these defenders have their eyes right where they're supposed to have them. Not on the football, on your guy and your key.
Yeah, we've talked about this. If you look at the football, you're going to get lost. There's way too many moving parts on the offensive side. Look at your guy, and that is exactly what the Warriors are doing all game long.
3rd and 5. Option pitch, far side. And that won't get back to the line of scrimmage. That's DJ Seaborn, the ball carrier, and Landon Ashpaw been looking at tape of that all week long, and he knew exactly what to do.
Landon Ashpaw had an eye on the prize right there. He got to the edge, and he just lit up the run. Another loss of yards for Liberty Hill, and it looks like the fourth 3-and-out of the ball game. Paul, can't think of how many times Liberty Hill has seen 4 3-and-outs to begin a ball game.
Now, we talked about all their playoff experience, and understand you can't help but have just enormous respect for this Liberty Hill program. Everybody does. You talk with people in the Texas high school coaching community, and they point to this as just a showcase program. But do you think it's possible that even with a team with this much playoff experience and used to having so much success, that they could be starting to get a little frustrated now?
Yeah, I mean, this is a team who has – even if you remove the playoff experience, this is a team who's just been dominating their opponents. You look at Bastrop last week, he scored 81 points, and then you're looking up at the scoreboard, and you have 3 points to your name through nearly 24 minutes of action. Liberty Hill's got to go into the locker room, kind of rethink things, and because, I mean, you still got 24 minutes of football left to play.
Jackson Hopper, the punt returner, standing back at his 31-yard line. Clock stopped for the moment with 3:12 remaining. Punt is away, and it's a good one. And it takes a big Panther roll. Is still rolling, and they'll kill this one just outside the 10-yard line.
So the ball spotted at the 12-yard line. We'll get a chance to see Pieper back on the field. Maybe this is a little bit more what they want. You got 3 minutes left on the board. A team who likes to play fast, maybe take some deep shots down the field. But if you want to score right now with this final 3 minutes, you got to move the ball on first down, which has been the parts where they've struggled on drives they haven't scored tonight.
Start this one with the ball just inside the 12-yard line. 2 receivers to either side. 3-man defensive front. Corner on the near side in press coverage. South gives it off to Hopper. He skirts the right side, turns the corner, gets out to the 20-yard line, and is near a Pieper first down. Now, they say he did not get out of bounds, so the clock continues to run.
Second time we've seen Brady Hopper on that shovel pass, and it has worked both times tonight. A nice pickup there on first down.
Gain of 9. South again from the empty set. Again, running play. Again, right side. Again, Hopper. But this time, big yardage as he gets deep in the Panther secondary and floors it down inside the 30, down around the 15-yard line. And look at the way they have flipped this field position. That was an excellent punt that seemed to have the Warriors bottled up, but now they've got an excellent chance to score before halftime.
And what play was it? It was that little shovel. He tossed it off to Brady Hopper, and as soon as he got past the defenders, he went off and gets inside the 30-yard line. Ideal field positioning here for Pieper.
From the 25, they set the sticks. Clock again moving with 2:07 left before halftime. South, once again with the shovel pass, but this time they don't have the same results. It goes down as a completed pass, but it's for negative yardage. It was caught by the running back, John Hamilton.
Well, why not do it again? It's worked 2 straight plays, a 9-yard play and then an over 40-yard pickup. So you go to John Hamilton this time, but instead he goes backwards. But you still got 1:40 left with 3 timeouts left on the board.
Nice play by nose tackle Jacob Morris. He's made several big plays. 2nd and long. Panthers showing blitz. South rolls to the near side, gets his eyes downfield, throws it, got a man. Intended receiver makes the play, I think. You only need one, of course, and he gets it down. And that was an outstanding play by Isaiah Champagne.
Second time today that we've seen Champagne really drag the feet, gets his feet inbound, aware of where he is. And now it's 3rd down and a yard coming up.
This drive started all the way back at the Pieper 12-yard line. They moved it all the way to the Panthers 16. And the Warriors with a chance to add to their 12-3 lead before halftime. That empty set's been very popular for the Warriors tonight. Hamilton motions the other way, and that's the big quarterback, Jake South. They tried to set that up on earlier plays. This time he keeps it, comes to the left side, gets down to about the 18-yard line.
We're going with the option play. That time doesn't work. 4th down and 2, and now a timeout's going to be called.
Number 42, Garrett Lindgren.
And this is a huge play, to say the least,
Timeout.
when you consider everything that is at stake in this ball game. So, all right, so Pieper goes into this game unblemished, in district play at 5-0. Liberty Hill 4-1. So this is for the district championship. In this sense, if the Warriors win, obviously they are the undisputed champs. Now, if, heaven forbid, Liberty Hill wins, they would finish in a tie, so they would officially be co-district champions, but Liberty Hill would get the top seed by virtue of having won in a head-to-head scenario.
What a way for the schedule to unwind. You played all these district games, and, of course, the one team that you play to end the season is to go for the district title.
There's a lot of purple on display tonight, kind of everywhere you look.
And, Paul, I mean, you said it a second ago, but this is definitely the biggest play of the first half. I mean, this could decide a 2-possession ball game right here. And on 4th and 3 yards, you got 9 feet to pick up a first down. And if you pick up these 9 feet, you got to think you can run out the clock and get this to halftime and take an even larger lead.
You can't afford to get no points out of this. In my opinion, they're making the right decision going for it, but you've got to make this happen. Quick snap. They give the ball to Hopper into the secondary. He's got the first down around the 11-yard line, and what a beautiful offensive call that was by offensive coordinator Adam Artiego. We do have a flag on the play, and it's going to wipe out the gain and wipe out the first down, and that'll make it 4th and long.
What a play call there, but the holding's going to send this one backwards, and the snap didn't even go to Jake South on that play, went straight to Brady Hopper, and he's able to rush for that first down, but that flag's going to put him behind schedule. And now do you change up the play call? Do you use the same play?
I don't think you use the same play. But let's see what the strategy is here.
It'd be a deep kick if they were to go for 3 points for here.
Well, they've got the offense on the field. And I think from where they are on the field, this is the proper decision. It's just a very difficult play to make here on 4th and 13. South steps up in the pocket, is hit from behind. This ball is going to be picked off, and this is in a position where this could be a pick 6, and that is going to be the case. That interception taken to the house for a Liberty Hill Panther touchdown as South was hit from behind as he threw the ball. The second interception of the night for Jake South.
And both these interceptions have been really momentum blowers, and you see right there Jake South on the replay trying to step up into the pocket, and the pocket just completely collapsed on him. For Liberty Hill.
Garrett Lindgren, the linebacker, with the pick 6 for the Panthers. PAT is on its way, and it's good. And what a deflating thing that has to be for the Warriors, because they were in position to score, and now all of a sudden this is kind of turned around. And I'm going to say it, as well as the Warriors have played, this is now 3 times with pretty good scoring opportunities and maybe even a chance to really establish some distance between yourselves and the Panthers that the Warriors have come up with no points.
Yeah, the Warriors just kind of shooting themselves in the foot on that drive. You talked about the interception earlier where the ball just landed off the hands of Jake Strachan right into defender. Pieper's got to find a way to capitalize on these opportunities. I mean, think about how big of a run that was. The momentum shifted completely to Pieper. Then you have a pick 6. I mean, the momentum's like a roller coaster right now. It just continues to go back and forth between both of these teams.
So that cuts the Warrior lead to 12-10. Liberty Hill still without an offensive touchdown tonight. But the Warriors can't afford to get caught up in what might have been. They still apparently will take a lead to the locker room at halftime in a game for the district championship. Here's the kickoff. And they'll let that one go into the end zone. and that will result in a touchback. Here with less than 30 seconds remaining before halftime, and we hope you'll stick around for the Ferris Orthodontics halftime show. We'll hear from that wonderful Pieper band of warriors under the direction of Evan Berry. Always a treat.
Ball 27 seconds right here. Honestly, I'm just running the football right here, just getting to halftime, kind of get a chance to reset after that pick six and play your final 24 minutes of football.
Well, that's what's going to happen. They're in this safety formation here. They'll just kneel this one out. Ball security is all that matters here. So that gets the clock running on what will prove to be the final play of the first half. No shortage of drama and excitement here. This game for the district championship. We played 24 minutes, and as we go to the locker room at halftime, the score is Pieper 12, Liberty Hill 10. Hope you'll stick around for the Ferris Orthodontics halftime show right here on the Warriors Sports Network.
Trade and come see us. Mention hearing this ad for an additional $500 on your trade.
Every roof has a story, and you notice yours has more than one to tell. That spring storm brought more than just rain. The telltale thump of hail hitting every second as the wind tears the shingles off one by one. Now it's time to do something about it, but you need someone you can trust. That's why homeowners turn to Stevens Roofing and Remodeling, a family-owned company with over 30 years of experience in all types of roof systems. Providing free inspections, Stevens will help you every step of the way. Join our family today. Stevens Roofing and Remodeling, trusted by generations.
Oh man, here's a broken play. I don't think any of these guys are north to south runners. I mean, look at this one here. Just bounced outside with no blockers ahead of him. But you know, you can always call a Hail Mary, and the guy that you want as your QB is Dr. Ferris. I mean, you give Dr. Ferris the ball, and boom, good things happen. Yep, that's Ferris Orthodontics again with that really nice new smile.
Tickets?
Yep, I got them right here. I'll see you at 9.
Call GVTC today for our premium Wi-Fi service. Because Wi-Fi dead zones are downright
terrifying.
GVTC, official Wi-Fi of the undead.
Back at halftime here in Liberty Hill in Williamson County. Got a ball game for the district championship in District 13-5A Division II, Liberty Hill versus Pieper. There has been no shortage of drama in this. Pieper dominant early in the game, but failed to cash in on a couple of additional scoring opportunities, and Liberty Hill, whose offense has largely been held in check so far, has crept back into the ballgame on the basis of a pick six for a touchdown, and our score at halftime is Pieper 12 and Liberty Hill 10. It's halftime. I know what to do. Go down to the field and get a load of this wonderful Pieper band of warriors.
The Pieper Dance Program would like to thank our Warrior Nation sponsors, San Martin Orthodontics, and Hurtley and Hodges Law for their support and contributions to the Pieper Legacies and Legends dance team. Ladies and gentlemen, please give one more round of applause for our Pieper High School Legacies dance team. We would also like to recognize our amazing Pieper cheer. Cheerleader of the week is Ella Elizondo. The Pieper cheer team is under the direction of Emmy Herrick, with assistance by Kelly Hogue. Joining us from San Antonio, Texas, please welcome your 2023 Bands of America Regional Class Champion, U.S. Bands Hill Country Regional Champion, and UIL State-bound Pieper High School Band of Warriors. The Band of Warriors 2023 show is entitled Checkmate and features the music of Edward Elgar as well as selections by James Horner from A Beautiful Mind and Bicentennial Man. Inspired by the next chapter in the amazing journey of our band, the show depicts the kings and queens of the chessboard engaged in battle. Please enjoy the depiction of the chess match as you look for the winner in the end. This Pieper High School halftime is proud to welcome drum majors Jonathan Dooley, Aaron De La Garza, Alani Perez, Avery Tran, and the Pieper High School Band of Warriors.
Wowee, they never fail to deliver. Another outstanding performance by the Pieper Band of Warriors. We're at halftime in a game for the district championship. We played 24 minutes. Our score right now, Pieper leads it by a score of 12-10. The Warriors took a quick 12-0 lead, but Liberty Hill has fought their way back into it, and we are set for an epic second half. Hope you'll stick around for the remainder of the Ferris Orthodontics halftime show, followed by the second half kickoff right here on the Warriors Sports Network.
One of the most common questions kids are asked is, what do you want to be when you grow up? For some, that may be an easy question to answer, but for others, it may seem impossible. That is where our school counselors, academic advisors, and our teachers can help. In the coming weeks, our 8th grade students will begin planning for their high school journey, and our 5th graders will begin planning for middle school. In Kamau ISD, we continue to grow greatness, and one of our major objectives is to empower our students to be prepared to attend college, start a career, or enlist in the military beyond high school graduation. This is known as CCMR, College Career Military Readiness. The Texas Education Agency offers many ways of recognizing students who have met CCMR requirements, from demonstrating college readiness with qualified exams, earning industry certifications in various career and technical education programs, to enlisting in our armed forces. From dual credit and AP courses to CTE classes, we continue to offer students a variety of ways to achieve the CCMR goals and to help them easily answer that ultimate question, what do I want to be when I grow up? What we need is you. I want to encourage you as parents to help us. Your partnership in your child's education is vital to their success. No matter what path they choose, they need guidance, support, and reassurance. They need you to ask them questions about their interests, to go with them on their visits with their counselors, and encourage them to use every resource that is available to them. Together, we will grow greatness.
Every roof has a story, and you notice yours has more than one to tell. That spring storm brought more than just rain. The telltale thump of hail hitting every second as the wind tears the shingles off one by one. Now it's time to do something about it, but you need someone you can trust. That's why homeowners turn to Stevens Roofing and Remodeling, a family-owned company with over 30 years of experience in all types of roof systems. Providing free inspections, Stevens will help you every step of the way. Join our family today. Stevens Roofing and Remodeling, trusted by generations.
Hey, I got another one for you. And just look at the hole in this line. You could drive a truck right through there. I mean, the refrigerator William Perry could get a first down there. But you know who's going to get their number called for this one? Yeah, that's right, Dr. Ferris. He's like a ligating linebacker. Boom, just like that. And that's why Ferris Orthodontics is going to get the MVP for this one.
So, where are we eating?
With GVTC's blazing fast fiber speeds,
3.5 stars, not a chance we try anything under 4.
you might feel like other things in life are taking a little longer than before.
Ooh, what sounds better, La Fiesta or Dumpling Palace?
Ooh, Dumpling Palace.
Ew, gross.
We may not be able to speed up your dinner decisions, but we can provide fast and consistent premium Wi-Fi to search all the available options. Enjoy the GVTC difference, and please be patient with things that may have seemed to
Wait, what are we gonna watch?
slow down a bit. GVTC, connecting you.
Good luck on the Cannery Road. Good luck down in Austin. If it was easy, everybody would do it. It's all just a part of the show. God bless you and your 9 to 5. Hot supper on the table. But don't you tell me about me and mine. I'm a savvy boy, willing and able. How they ever gonna find us? Shipwreck on the mountain. Rubbernecking all the outlaws. It's who we wanna be. Belly up and just fake it. And two-step overrated. So we can hope to be someone someday.
Hey, buddy, got your glove?
Yep, I got it right here. You're coming, right?
Of course. I'll see you in 10 minutes.
Awesome.
Don't forget the you-know-whats.
Whether you're gearing up for a big project or a big game, GVTC has everything you need to stay connected.
What do you think?
They are gonna love these.
From smart security and high-speed internet to TV and phone, GVTC provides cutting-edge technology for your home and business.
Thank you.
You made it. Hey, what is it? Whoa, jerseys!
With deep roots in the community, we're committed to building a stronger, better, connected future for the areas we serve. Our GVTC Foundation's charitable support and industry-leading products help you stay connected to what matters most. GVTC, connecting you.
One of the most common questions kids are asked is, what do you want to be when you grow up? For some, that may be an easy question to answer, but for others, it may seem impossible. That is where our school counselors, academic advisors, and our teachers can help. In the coming weeks, our 8th grade students will begin planning for their high school journey, and our 5th graders will begin planning for middle school. In Kamau ISD, we continue to grow greatness, and one of our major objectives is to empower our students to be prepared to attend college, start a career, or enlist in the military beyond high school graduation. This is known as CCMR, College Career Military Readiness. The Texas Education Agency offers many ways of recognizing students who have met CCMR requirements, from demonstrating college readiness with qualified exams, earning industry certifications in various career and technical education programs, to enlisting in our armed forces. From dual credit and AP courses to CTE classes, we continue to offer students a variety of ways to achieve the CCMR goals and to help them easily answer that ultimate question, what do I want to be when I grow up? What we need is you. I want to encourage you as parents to help us. Your partnership in your child's education is vital to their success. No matter what path they choose, they need guidance, support, and reassurance. They need you to ask them questions about their interests, to go with them on their visits with their counselors, and encourage them to use every resource that is available to them. Together, we will grow greatness.
Oh man, here's a broken play. I don't think any of these guys are north to south runners. I mean, look at this one here. Just bounced outside with no blockers ahead of him. But you know, you can always call a Hail Mary, and the guy that you want as your QB is Dr. Ferris. I mean, you give Dr. Ferris the ball, and boom, good things happen. Yep, that's Ferris Orthodontics again with that really nice new smile.
Hey, buddy, got your glove?
Yep, I got it right here. You're coming, right?
Of course. I'll see you in 10 minutes.
Awesome.
Don't forget the you-know-whats.
Whether you're gearing up for a big project or a big game, GVTC has everything you need to stay connected.
What do you think?
They are going to love these.
From smart security and high-speed internet to TV and phone, GVTC provides cutting-edge technology for your home and business.
Thank you.
You made it. Hey, what is it? Whoa, jersey!
With deep roots in the community, we're committed to building a stronger, better, connected future for the areas we serve. Our GVTC Foundation's charitable support and industry-leading products help you stay connected to what matters most. GVTC, connecting you.
Back at halftime in this game for the championship of District 13 5A Division II between Pieper and Liberty Hill. Paul Alexander along with my partner Joey Gonzalez. The first thing we have to say is that this has been nothing short of a phenomenal performance by the Pieper defense, holding the fact they've held this offense down without an offensive touchdown is just amazing when you consider how very prolific this Liberty Hill offense has been, not just this year, but for the ages. I mean, they've been absolutely legendary, so that's great. A lot of things have gone Pieper's way. They jump out to a 12-0 lead. They put a couple of quick scores on the board. They're in control. But then, Joey, a little bit of the air started to go out of the balloon because there were a series of possessions that were very promising, and Pieper wound up with 0 points. So finally, Liberty Hill gets on the board on a 45-yard field goal by their outstanding kicker, Connor Hawkins. And then late in the second quarter, the Pieper quarterback, Jake South, gets hit from behind. The ball pops up in the air, and it is returned a long way for a pick-six touchdown by Liberty Hill linebacker Garrett Lindgren. And here's where we are with Pieper leading 12-10, but the Panthers get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, I think the momentum's been all over the place in this ball game. I mean, we talk about the last 2 minutes of this first half, and I mean, Brady Hopper goes for a 45-yard rushing play and then a big penalty that cost Pieper a first down that could have put them up by 2 possessions. Then you go back and a play later, you throw a 77-yard pick six. I mean, there's not much more of a roller coaster than that. But I will say, if there was a time where you could afford the pick six, probably going into halftime, you have a chance to kind of brush it under the rug. You have a chance to talk about it, and you come out, and this is, as you said, this is a defense who's been leading the charge all game long. Come out in half number 2, get a stop early, and get the ball back to the offense and let them get to work.
Well, that long pick six certainly rejuvenated not only this crowd, but the Panthers themselves. And to say that they're used to winning would be an understatement. They've been to the state semifinals 3 years in a row, trying to make it 4 here. And they won a pair of state championships in Class 3A back in 2006 and 2007. And just a phenomenal job has been done by their head coach, Kent Walker. So you know they're going to come out high. So right now, the Warriors just need to, as they say, nip that in the bud. Just let them know, not tonight, fellas, not tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, they've done everything that they can. You just got to do it for 24 minutes. And if you need any more motivation, district championship on the line, you got the #1 playoff spot on the line. Get to work. You got 24 minutes to stay focused.
We are set for the second half kickoff. Daniel Miranda set to kick it off for the Warriors. Noah Long, the deep return man, calls for the fair catch wisely, and that will result in a touchdown. And it's a Liberty Hill offense, again, averaging 46 points a game, 510 total yards per game, and they do not have an offensive touchdown in the first half.
Yeah, they have. This is not typical Panther football. On top of that, they had 6 offensive line penalties in that first half, 4 holdings. And if Pieper can continue to find ways to draw holding penalties, they can continue to put them behind the line of scrimmage.
From the 25, running play, coming right side. And that ball's loose. Oh, and you ought to hear the coaches, the Pieper Warrior coaches in the booth right next to us. They know they've come up with a key turnover. That was absolutely a wonderful play. Hiram McCarter on the recovery for the Warriors. Now get something out of this. Cash it in.
Paul, we talked about this coming out of halftime. You need to find a way to get a stop to begin half number 2. Why not get a fumble recovery and get it inside the 30-yard line? But as you said, they need to find a way to cash in points. And not just 3, you need 6 right here.
From the Panther 28, one back gun, 3 receivers to the right side of the formation. South, the quarterback, takes the snap. Token play fake. They set the screen. This is so beautiful. What a gorgeous call. They threw it into the vacated area. That is a clean call, and that is Brady Hopper on the reception. What a beautifully set screen.
That's what I talked about going into halftime. They had a chance to rethink things over, kind of get the life back into them, and come out with a fumble recovery, now a really successful screen pass, and you're just 10 yards outside the end zone.
16 yards on the play. South from the empty set. Little shovel pass inside the 10, inside the 5, inside the 1, and into the end zone goes Brady Hopper.
What a rush there, Brady Hopper. It's that shovel pass once again, and he just reminds me of a guy like Austin Eckler. He's a big, strong guy. He's short. He's able to move the body quickly. He's able to jump around, and then he just pushes his way into the end zone, and Brady Hopper goes in untouched, and Pieper, a big touchdown here early in the second half.
That was a statement, getting the turnover and turning that into at least 6 and now 7 points as that one gets through. And so that kind of puts an end, at least for the moment, to any kind of Liberty Hill momentum as the Warriors up their lead to 19-10, and we haven't played even 30 seconds yet here in the third quarter.
We haven't played 30 seconds, and it feels like we've already been playing for 5 minutes. What an electric start to the second half. And just real quick, 2 plays, 28 yards, 14 seconds, capped off by the Brady Hopper TD run, 19-10 with 11:38 to go. And Paul, talk about the momentum going back and forth. The momentum is back on Warrior side.
No question about it. And we talked a little bit about how amazing the Warriors have been this year about turning takeaways into points. And they do it again.
Daniel Miranda. Back deep for Liberty Hill, number 7, Jack Pitchford.
Daniel Miranda set to kick it off. High end-over-end kick taken at the 6-yard line and returned on the far side by Noah Long. But nothing wrong with that coverage job there by Pieper. Bowles rolling around, but I think the whistle had blown there. Still, what a strong effort by that kickoff coverage team, something they really emphasize at Pieper. I mean, they practice that more than you can imagine.
Yeah, I mean, the kickoff return was something that at the beginning of the season wasn't ideal, but they've definitely improved it here. You get them inside the 25-yard line, and that forces 76 yards for Liberty Hill to go down the field and score.
Drive will start from the 24. Slot to the left side. Now they move the slot man in motion back to the right. And again, they've had that fullback play under control all night long, and that's the key to getting them stopped. Ben Carter on the carry, and he was just lit up by Leighton Lopez.
I mean, Leighton Lopez, I mean, you saw the energy he had after that tackle. I mean, he just got up, and you could tell he's feeling it right there. Another loss of yardage, especially on first down for Liberty Hill.
And again, another play that goes nowhere. Now, this is just again, that's Ben Carter on the carry, brought down by Caden Glass and Leighton Lopez. They've been outstanding. Now, the Warrior defense went into this game with 46 tackles for loss, and unofficially, I think they have 6 tonight. That's amazing.
And especially against the team that they're playing, a team that's known around the country or around the state for such great offense.
Third down, roll-out passing play. Quarterback gets hit as he throws the ball. That's going to be a pick. That's going to be a pick. And that is Reese Madigan on the return. Oh, the worm has turned. Oh, the quarterback, Jack Pitchford, took just a huge hit as he let that ball go, and there was never a doubt that was going to be picked off by the center fielder, if you will, Reese Madigan.
Well, you look at the replay there, Pickford got crushed. And then Reese Madigan, that was basically a punt return. He saw the ball just coming into his arms. He saw the blockers down the field, and Reese Madigan was going. And then he was so excited there. I mean, he lowers the shoulder. He was ready for the contact. And once again, for the second time in this quarter, the Warriors had the ball inside the 25.
23 yards on the return by Reese Madigan. Jake South against the blitz. Has a man open on the out route to the near side, and that was intended for Isaiah Champagne. And again, this is a very valiant effort. He's been battling a wrist injury, and as you can see, he has a lot of material on that left wrist, and that makes that a little bit difficult. Still, he is such an explosive player, and I will guarantee you he will make another big play before the night is over.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, he already has a touchdown pass. He's climbing the ladder on there, just unable to haul that last play in.
Running play, Hopper, far side, gets the edge, gets to 10, the 5. We do have a flag on the play back at the 26-yard line in the area where you might anticipate offensive holding.
Yeah, it will likely be offensive holding, and that's already the second play today that's been a really nice run for Brady Hopper, and it's going to go backwards for the offensive holding. And especially if this game continues to stay tight the way it is, you got to find a way to limit those on the run.
And that is the case, as you heard the call from the referee, Terrence McCann. Moves it back to the 33. They need to get down to the 14 for a first down. Trips to the near side. Big blitz. And South is hit as he throws, and he is on his knees at the 45-yard line. That was kind of a jailbreak blitz there.
Yeah, you saw the blitz. I mean, how quickly they got back to Jake South on that play, and really the only option he had was that screen pass to the right side to Brady Hopper. A little low, and now you see Jake South limping at the end of this play.
Jake South is one tough hombre. If you're familiar with him, he lost a full season because of a back injury. Then he broke a collarbone last year. He's waited so long for this opportunity, and he is not going to be denied. South wants to throw. Now comes to the far sideline. Turns his hips, throws deep down the right sideline. And we've got a couple of receivers in the same place there. The ball falls to the ground, incomplete. Stops the clock with 9:45 left in the third.
Well, that's a pretty nice run there. Jake South rolling out to his right side. And, I mean, he really found a way to muscle that ball deep down the field. Paul, that's about a 35-yard pass on the run and just landed in between two of his receivers.
And all he had to do was flick his wrist. I mentioned his toughness. He did miss a series a couple of weeks ago with an ankle injury that was obviously very painful. But the thing is, he missed a series. They taped it up, got him right back in there, and then he lit the place up like a pinball machine.
Yeah, he showed his strength there, and he's continuing to show it right here. You can tell he's a guy that wants to lead this Pieper team.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still fourth down.
So here's the situation. As great a play as that was a moment ago with the interception by Reese Madigan, you don't want a situation again where you end up getting 0 points out of this.
Yeah, I mean, they're backed up deep right now.
And they're going to have to punt. And after that penalty, that's kind of where that left them. And given the way their defense is playing especially, I certainly think it's the right move. Strachan, the punter, gets it away toward the far sideline. And this is going to take a really good roll for Pieper and be killed down around the 9-yard line.
Well, Paul, as you mentioned, I mean, the defense has done their job all night long. They're finding ways to allow 5 yards most on these runs from Liberty Hill. And if they want to win this game, the defense is going to have to continue to do their job right here. They're going to be the ones that are going to decide a win or loss in this game.
From the 9, the Panthers take control of the football, trailing by 9 at 19-10. And by tonight's standards, that's a pretty good effort on first down by Liberty Hill as they pick up a quick 4.
We talked about Pieper struggling to move the ball on first down this season, but Liberty Hill tonight, I believe that's their second play really that's gone for that big of a chunk on first down, and we'll see if Liberty Hill capitalizes.
Running play coming near side. And just really smacked down there. What a nice play that was. Once again, DJ Seaborn on the carry, and Chris Vivians, the outstanding strong safety, just fills that hole, just plugs the whole thing. And Vivians especially, Joey, in the second half of the regular season, he has just been spectacular.
Yeah, I was just thinking how versatile he is. I mean, you see Vivians go deep down the field in coverage right there, but then he can also stop the run that close. Vivians is all over the field.
3rd and about 4. Running play near side, are you kidding me? This is going to lose big yardage back at the 5. That was Joe Pitchford on the carry. And Hector Rodriguez, who has just been a shining superstar tonight, makes that tackle for a loss. Just amazing. A loss of 6 yards.
Yeah, you see Rodriguez there on the replay. Does a really good job tracking down the ball carrier. And then a great job by the Warrior defense combining to make that tackle. And just like the Warrior defense has done all night long, another 3 and out. What is the offense going to do to answer back?
It's really important they get points here. It's really important. The punter, Hawkins, standing back about 8 yards deep in his end zone. Good snap this time. Gets the punt away. Fair catch called for and made. Well, actually, ball's rolling around on the ground. But fortunately, Jackson Hopper got back on the football.
All right, Paul, so this is the 3rd offensive possession of the second half. All 3 of them have been inside of the 50-yard line, and you got 6 points. You got to find, or you got 7 after the PAT.
Right.
You got to find a way to score, and it can't just be 3 points. You got to go down and you got to score in the end zone.
Yeah. As I said, there have been so many opportunities to really create some separation. You had the interception by Reese Madigan moments ago, spectacular play, but results in no points.
And I mean,
so once again, they got great field position. Make it count.
Yeah, I was just going to say in the first half, you had 2 possessions that started at the 50-yard line. You've had field positioning all night long. You just need to capitalize.
Shovel pass, Hopper gets down inside the Liberty Hill 40 at about the 39 for a gain of 7.
Another shovel pass to Brady Hopper, and Paul, that's been the most successful play all night long. Every single time they've used it, they've gained 5 or more yards.
From the 38, 2nd and a long 3. South throws it over the middle. Look at this. They set that play up with the previous play. Hopper to the house.
Brady Hopper once again. It's that little shovel pass. He goes right through the middle. Great blocking by the offensive line, and he just runs right through. And Pieper, since this second half started, they are feeling it. They got the momentum right now. Another touchdown right there, and they're rolling.
38 yards on the touchdown. This Pieper play caller, Mr. Artiega, he's pretty good.
Absolutely.
PAT is on its way and good. And with that, the Warriors extend their lead to 26-10 with 7:02 remaining in the 3rd. Right now, things looking good for the Warriors. We'll see if they can take it from here. Back in just a moment, right here on the Warriors Sports Network.
Tonight's broadcast on Warriors Network is brought to you by Stevens Roofing and and Remodeling. The Branch Neighborhood Grill. San Martin Orthodontics. And Stratton Sport and Spa.
And you guys are back.
So we got 7:02 remaining here in the third quarter, and Liberty Hill at home has so far failed to score an offensive touchdown. You could have gotten some pretty long odds on that.
Could not have guessed that coming into today, especially with the way this team plays.
Look at this. How aggressive are they? That was an onside attempt, and the message was sent. Now, yeah, Liberty Hill's going to have good field position, but on the other hand, this Warrior defense has shown that they're just not going to blink.
Liberty Hill has only been past the 50-yard line one time in this bowl game. Why not try it again? Make them play from the 50-yard line. It's an offense who hasn't picked up yardage, and this is where they're going to start right here.
They'll start from the 47, slot to the left side, fullback dive, off left tackle. That's Joe Pitchford on the carry, and that may have been the best takeoff by their offensive line all night.
Yeah, they've just been a little late. It's just been such a good job by the defense closing in the holes. They're getting great jumps, and that's why Liberty Hill's just behind on every single play. And as Paul just mentioned, a great job quickly getting off the snap and picking up the 6 yards.
Into Pieper territory at the 46. And again, they try to time up this blitz. Quarterback under heavy pressure, and it's going to be shoved out of bounds back in Liberty Hill territory.
Well, Paul, who else was that? It was Caden Glass. Once again, he almost timed it right earlier, and he was just a split second off. This time he gets through, and then his pursuit was amazing. He doesn't have to do a full-body tackle. He just shoves the quarterback out of bounds, and a loss of yards on the play.
Yeah, it was 2nd and 3, and now it's 3rd and 11. From the Panther 46. Off right guard, and they have not had much success there at all.
Number 28.
4th and long. Now things change because Liberty Hill is now down 16 points at 26-10. But the way they play, they have really no choice but to punt the football, try to hang in there, because if they got another one hung on them right now, they'd be in bad shape, and they know that.
I mean, the defense is scoring all your points right now, so let them go to work. Let the defense make the plays right now, because the offense, once again, you get another 3 and out and only picked up 2 yards on that drive.
Hawkins on to punt, standing at his 35. Right footer gets the ball away. The ball will hit and back up. It takes a Pieper roll and will be killed at the Warrior 31 or 32-yard line.
And if you think about this ball game, this is one of the worst, with quotations, worst field position starts for Pieper.
That's true.
And you got the ball at the 31. That's not bad field positioning.
All right, so the Warrior offense quickly back on the field. And they'll start this one officially from the 31. 3 receivers to the near side. 1 back shotgun. South gives it off to Hopper. And he cracks across the 31 out to the 32 or 33, but a short gain on 1st down.
Through this first couple minutes of this second half, Brady Hopper putting the team on his back right now. He's doing a really good job moving the ball forward. One of his shorter rushes here in this third quarter.
2 stacked receivers left and right. South gives it off. You know what? That was 1 step away from breaking. As it is, it's a gain of only 1 or 2.
Paul, there was nobody in the backfield there on the defensive side. If Hopper breaks that tackle, he's taking it to the house for the 2nd time in this quarter. So you got to credit Liberty Hill, a really good open field tackle, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 8.
From the 33. South throws to the near side, and the intended receiver falls down at about the 43-yard line. Strachan was the intended receiver.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened before that pass was thrown. I couldn't tell if Strachan got just tangled up. I think that's what happened there, and that's why Strachan goes down, and that's why the incomplete
Well,
pass
guess what?
was made.
Strachan is limping as he has to punt the football.
Hopefully that doesn't affect him, especially stepping into that football.
Punts away. There was no deep return man, and Liberty Hill pays the price because that's going to roll all the way down to the 17-yard line.
That was a really nice punt there from Jake Strachan, doing a really good job flipping the field positioning. And now Liberty Hill, who has not been able to move the ball all night long, is set up at the 17-yard line. And they got a long ways to go.
And we are now kind of sort of late in the third quarter with 4:14 showing. Slot to the left. Dive play to the right. Once again, not much doing there. Joe Pitchford on the carry for the Panthers.
I know this is not a passing Liberty Hill offense, but I wonder if maybe you just throw in one pass play. Just change it up, get one pass in, and then you go back to the rushing offense.
Well, but if you do it, you do that on first down or second down. You don't dare throw with their passing game on third down.
No.
You don't do that. Ball's on the ground again. And a very familiar result. David Huntsman on the recovery. So they get another takeaway.
Well, here's a replay right here. There's a handoff, and it looks like there was a collision in the backfield. It looked like the fullback, and then the ball just drops down on the ground. The quarterback trying to hand the ball off, and when he got hit in the head, that's when he drops the football, and it easily scoops it up as David Huntsman. And for the fourth time in this quarter now, Pieper inside the 30-yard line.
By the way, going into this game, they had only lost 8 fumbles on the season.
This is just uncharacteristic Liberty Hill football all night long.
First down from the 20. South from the empty set. Throws. Far side. Fade into the end zone. And we've got a PI. We got a flag in the end zone.
There's a penalty on the play.
Mason Kruger, the intended receiver.
I think Jake South has done a really good job today throwing those 50-50 balls and forcing the corner to be the one to really decide the difference between these PIs or not. And right there you see it. Mason Kruger goes up for the ball, pushed off the ball. PI, first down.
That was a well-placed pass.
I don't think it could have been placed any more perfectly.
Beautiful. And the PI moves the ball all the way down to the 5-yard line. And the Warriors already leading by 16 at 26-10, trying to add to that. And this time, the Liberty Hill defense does a good job of diagnosing the play they were trying to set up on that screen. And South does the right thing. An incompletion is not a bad deal there.
I'm not sure that Jake South was completely ready for that snap. He kind of just looked like he was looking up, ready for a play call, and then the ball just kind of snapped into his hip, and that's why he just kind of was behind the play and throws the incomplete pass.
Let's see what this is about. As we got Jake Strachan in the game at quarterback, and they'll do that in a red zone situation because they have a big package of goal line plays with Strachan at the helm. They give it to Hopper. Gets down inside the 5, moves the pile. He was hit right at the 5-yard line and plowed his way almost down to the 1. What lower body strength displayed by the sophomore.
They decided to go with the Wildcat on that play, and Brady Hopper takes himself, and you just see the strength from that guy, and a great job of the offensive line pushing him forward. And Paul, as you mentioned, he was touched around the 5, and he goes down all the way to the 1.
Amazing. And we've got a whistle here as the Warriors have a problem with that play, and Strachan is limping off. He hurt his ankle a couple of series ago. Remember, he was trying to run an out route and kind of collapsed on the route. He injured his ankle, so he hobbles off. And we have a false start against Pieper.
Second down goal from the 6.5-yard line.
So it's still second and goal, but now from the 6.5.
Well, it's still prime positioning here for Pieper, if anything, and allows the receivers to run around a little bit more, maybe get a couple slants here on this upcoming play.
South back in the game at quarterback. Takes the snap, pitches it forward to Hopper at the 2, at the 1, and into the end zone. They have made such beautiful use of that jet sweep shovel pass, and that is officially a touchdown pass. And that could, I'm not saying it is, that could be a backbreaker.
That sure could be. Liberty Hill has struggled so much on offense, and Brady Hopper, that little shovel pass, I mean, his vision, he does such a great job looking down the field. He's aware of where his blockers are, and that's what allows him to cut and make it in the end zone.
PAT is on its way, and good. And with that, the Warriors extend their lead to 33-10 in a game that, if they win it, would make them the undisputed champs of District 13 5A Division II. We'll be back with the kickoff in just a moment right here on the Warriors Sports Network.
Tonight's broadcast on Warriors Network is brought to you by Stevens Roofing and Remodeling, the Branch Neighborhood Grill, San Martin Orthodontics, and Stratton Sport and Spa.
Kicking for Pieper, number 81, Daniel Miranda.
Back in Liberty Hill, where the Pieper Warriors are flexing their muscles, much to the delight of their coaching staff. More on that in just a moment following this kickoff. Miranda approaches on the ball. Kick comes to the far side, taken at the 18. Returned across the 25, but no further. And by the way, this is so much fun. Our booth tonight is adjacent to the Warriors coaching booth. And they are so exuberant right now. They're so proud of their team. But as soon as they scored there a moment ago, all the guys shook their fists and said, got to keep playing. I don't know that I'm worried about that. I think they will keep playing.
Oh, they sure will, especially this defense. You only got 14 more minutes in this ball game, 14:30 to be exact. And Pieper, you can tell, is starting to creep in that feeling of excitement, but the defense got to keep things going.
From the 27, running play off right guard, Ben Carter on the carry. And, Joey, I'll tell you this, in looking at as much video as I could get my hands on about Liberty Hill this week, their fullback, Ben Carter, is the truth. He is a wonderful high school football player, and he has been held pretty much totally in check.
Yeah, I mean,
sorry.
I was just going to say the combination between Ben Carter and Noah Long combined for over 2,600 in yards. So we talk about this team being the truth. I mean, the numbers back it up, but I mean, that just shows how good Pieper's defense has been all night.
Carter has rushed for 20 touchdowns and has averaged 9 yards a carry going into this game. And here it is, another tackle for a loss, this time on the running back DJ Seaborn, brought down by the star linebacker. That's a position, Jackson Hopper.
Jackson Hopper, once again, great open field tackle, trying to sneak around there with Liberty Hill. And Jackson Hopper does such a good job one-on-one, wraps up the ankle, and there's nowhere to go. And now 3rd down and 10 coming up here for the Panthers.
From the 27. We talked about how important it was to keep Liberty Hill in check on first down. Liberty Hill has done essentially nothing on first down.
And you and I could have never imagined that. We said they got to shut him down, but we didn't think that they could shut him down the way they played tonight.
Just amazing. Quarterback keep on 3rd down. Scratches out a couple of yards, but nowhere near what was needed.
There is a penalty on the play.
Yeah, we'll check out the penalty. Face mask against the Warriors, and that comes at a very inopportune time.
Yeah, it could have been another 3 and out. It could have forced
absolutely
Pieper to get the ball back, and now you get the ball near the 50-yard line for Liberty Hill and get into Pieper territory for the second time tonight.
Gives them a first down when that drive had been stopped. Slot to the right side. Now motion back to the left. They give it right up the gut, and that's Joe Pitchford, the senior, on the carry. Very modest gain of not quite 3 yards.
Well, Liberty Hill gets the ball past the 50-yard line with the Pickford run, and now sets up second and manageable, and there was a good first down rush. We talked about Liberty Hill needing to do good on first down, and they do it right there, setting up second down and 6 with less than 30 to go here in this third quarter.
So likely be the last play of the third quarter. Clock running with 16 showing. Running play coming back to the near side. And again, that's a lot of effort for very little yardage. That was Pitchford on the carry again as we reach the end of the third quarter in this game for the district championship. We've played 3 here in Liberty Hill, and our score, the Pieper Warriors 33, the Liberty Hill Panthers 10. Back with the fourth quarter in just a moment, Warrior Nation, right here on the Warrior Sports Network.
Paul and Joey, you're back.
Okay, so as we begin the fourth quarter, Liberty Hill with 10 points on the board, and only 3 of those are offensive points. They do not have an offensive touchdown tonight, and this crowd here in Liberty Hill is just absolutely stunned.
I mean, this is not Panther football. You talked about in the open, this team is legendary. It's known around the state for how good they can move the ball. And, it's just been static all night long. The defense is stepping up. And, this we've talked about several times this season. This is the best defensive performance. This one's the best. But tonight is truly the best defensive performance we've seen from Pieper this season.
Because they just keep on getting better.
They get better every single week, and it all starts at practice, and they look great at practice week in and week out.
Liberty Hill going to be short of the first down at about the 46-yard line. Just underway here in quarter number 4.
And if it's Liberty Hill right now, you got to go for it right here. You're down 23 points right now. You got to go for it. And this, we talked about earlier, could that be the nail in the coffin right here? If you don't pick up the first down, this could all but seal this game.
That was another nice stop by Sam linebacker Hector Rodriguez.
Correction, fourth down, 3.
Fourth down and about 3 from the 46. They throw it over the middle, and they do have a completion, and they do have a first down around the 33-yard line.
Well, I mentioned in the third quarter they needed to throw the football, and who would have thought on fourth down they would decide to throw the football, and it ends up working in their favor, and they're going to keep this drive alive.
13 yards and a first down on the reception by the sophomore, Jet Harrison. Moves the ball to the 34. They want to throw again. Under pressure. Ball down the right sideline, deflected. Is it intercepted? It is. Yet another INT, yet another takeaway. Raja Lopez, the outstanding sophomore corner, comes up with the play.
Raja Lopez has made some big interceptions this year, but that might have been the biggest one of the season. That, I think, could have just sealed the deal right there. Raja Lopez does a good job of watching the deflection, goes up in the air, gets underneath the football, and Paul, 10 minutes and 52 away from a first district champ in program history.
So much to talk about regarding that, about how amazing this is and historic it is. By the way, there was great pressure there applied by senior defensive end David Huntsman. Warriors with the ball from their 3. South from the empty set. 3 receivers to the near side. Running play. They're trying to get out from under the shadow of their goalpost. And that's John Hamilton in the ballgame at running back, and he has the carry.
That's a pretty risky shovel pass. That ball was tossed off inside of the purple paint in the end zone, but Hamilton does a good job getting back to the line of scrimmage and really no loss.
South standing back at his goal line. Pump fake, now throws left side, and it glances off the hands of the intended receiver, falls incomplete. They're looking for John Hamilton.
Well, it looked like just kind of second guessing there for Jake's out there. He had an open receiver on his left side, and he saw the double pump and an incompletion for 3rd down and 10.
3rd down, and you'd sure love to convert here, but the big thing is just ball security at this point. South throws. Oh, they had the right route called. They had a clear out. They had an underneath out route, and it just goes incomplete. Intended for 16, Andrew Grindstaff with the ball just a little overthrown.
Yeah, if Andrew Grindstaff, he had 2 extra hands on his hands. He could have made that grab, but just a little too far for him there. And now an upcoming punt. But Paul, as you mentioned, ball security, the big name of the game right now. Hold on to the football and let that time drain.
Punting for Pieper, number 7, Jake.
Strachan, the punter, standing near his end line, gets it away. It's a low punt that'll be killed at the Warrior 32. So, at some point we're going to have to select outstanding offensive and defensive players of the game for the Warriors, and there would be multiple candidates, to say the least.
Yeah, offensive and defensively, I mean, there's been some big guys that stepped up. I mean, think about it in the second half. Brady Hopper's done a really good job scoring those touchdowns, but in that first half, Andrew Grindstaff did a really good job stepping up for a receiving core who's really been shaken up the past 3 weeks.
Running play on 1st down, and that's about 2.5 yards. That was Ben Carter on the carry.
Best field positioning all night long here for Liberty Hill, just outside the 30-yard line here, and you can see they're just trying to move the ball forward and get some chunks of yardage right here.
2nd and 8. Clock moving. 9:48 showing on what could prove to be a historic night for Pieper High School. Little toss power pitch coming back to the near side, gets down to about the 26. It'll be 3 yards shy of a 1st down. That was Joe Pitchford on the carry, brought down by that man who's having a great night, the senior defensive end, David Huntsman.
Yeah, David Huntsman, and he also had the fumble recovery earlier. I mean, right there, just a great job getting to the line of scrimmage, but I think a good job also by Caden Glass, once again, getting through that line and forcing the running play to go to the left side.
3rd and a long 3. Running play. Off left guard, down around the 21-yard line, and it will clear for the 1st down.
Probably one of the better rushes of the night here for Liberty Hill, picking up the 1st down and getting into the red zone.
Number 28, Ben Carter, carries for 7 yards, tackled by number 25, Caden Glass. 1st and 10, Liberty Hill from the Warrior 19-yard line.
And the clock looms large. Inside 9 minutes remaining toward what could be the first, not the last, district championship in the history of Pieper Warrior football. And what an amazing story this is. A team that won 2 games a year ago and now is going to be on an 8-game winning streak. If they hold on here and they lead 33-10, they will have gone 6-0 in this very tough district. And by the way, they may not be anywhere near through playing football this year.
This is a promising program, and not just football, but really all the athletic programs. And today is the start of really what could be a sign to come for many years down the road.
Carter on the short carry once again, brought down by that Mike linebacker, Caden Glass. Line of scrimmage, the 15.
And Paul, you talked about that 8-game winning streak. During that 8-game winning streak, they've scored 30-plus points in all those games. I mean, these have been decisive wins for Pieper.
Quarterback throws it over the head of his intended receiver. That was Jet Harrison. And the quarterback, Pitchford, couldn't make connections. But you mentioned trends. Joey, how about this? If you look at the number of points per game this defense has been giving up, every single week it drops. I mean, it's all the way down to 21, and that was before tonight. So if they don't score again, that average is going to come down even more in an era when people score points like everything in high school football.
They're points just constantly scoring.
Pitchford will keep the ball, heading for the sticks. Probably got it, but he takes some punishment down around the 9-yard line by Raja Lopez.
Just going back to that point about points being given up, the most they've given up this year was 44, and it's against a Wimberley team who made the state championship last year, and they're currently undefeated in 4A.
That was all the way back in week 2 of the season. Line of scrimmage, the 9, and it's now 1st and goal from there. Panthers trying to score their first offensive touchdown of the game. Quickly to the line of scrimmage. Running play to the fullback off left guard. Line of scrimmage was the 9. He cracks down around the 7.
Yeah, not a very big rush there, just trying to go down the middle. And great job once again by the Pieper defense closing in the holes. And Paul now under 7 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter.
Pitchford keeps off left tackle down inside the 5, down around the 3.
Jack Pitchford carries 4 yards, tackled by number 25, Caden Glass. Third down, goal from the 3.
And this is the 10th play of this Panther drive. And that big tight end, Jed Harrison, checks back into the ball game for Liberty Hill. Line of scrimmage to the 3. Ball carrier down around the 1. That's Ben Carter on the carry. Ben Carter, who a week ago had 263 rushing yards. Another running back, DJ Seaborn, last week had a 72-yard touchdown. And another running back, Noah Long, had 5 total touchdowns and 290 yards of total offense a week ago against Bastrop. And essentially, they have not drunk a drop tonight.
That's just crazy. 290 yards with 5 touchdowns for one guy. Some teams struggle to get that in 2 weeks.
Big push coming right up the middle, and the officials' arms go in the air, and Liberty Hill has scored its first offensive touchdown of the night, and that was an impressive drive.
It was an impressive drive. They just continued to take up small chunks, 5 plays, 7 yards. And, that's what it took to get into the end zone. And, this is more about thinking into next week. You go into the playoffs. That's the type of things that if you're Liberty Hill, you'd like to see if you want to make another deep playoff run like they did last year.
So trailing 33-16, they'll go for 2. Option play coming back to the near side and a tackle for a loss. Nothing doing. But they get their first offensive touchdown. This is not over yet. We're not going to treat it like it is, but with 5:31 remaining in the fourth, right now Pieper leads Liberty Hill by a score of 33-16. Back with what we hope is the final 5.5 minutes of the regular season in just a moment, right here on the Warrior Sports Network.
Tonight's broadcast on Warriors Network is brought to you by Stevens Roofing and Remodeling, Ferris Orthodontics, GVTC, and Comal Independent School District.
Paul, Joey, you're back.
Back from Liberty Hill, this game for the district championship. And right now, things looking more than promising for the Pieper Warriors as they lead it 33-16 with 5:31 remaining. So if they win, that means they would finish the regular season with an overall record of 9-1 and go, Joey, 6-0 in district.
6-0 is just crazy to think about, especially when we started the year and what a turnaround it has been since 12 months ago.
Onside kick attempt, obviously. And they don't field it cleanly. And that ball is rolling around, and Liberty Hill may have it. at the 48-yard line. We're awaiting the signal. And they do.
In a game like this, you just need a couple bounces to go your way, and that's exactly what Liberty Hill just got right there. Can they find a way to capitalize real quick? Last drive, 11 plays, 67 yards, and it was 4 minutes and 42 seconds. Paul, I say that because 4 minutes and 42 seconds, you do not have that much time. Liberty Hill's going to have to play a lot faster than that last drive if they want to get back in this game.
True. And I know that's really a source of frustration for the Warriors and their coaching staff because they practice that so much. And you really can't afford to let somebody succeed and execute an onside kick. And the ball actually took a pretty friendly hop. Nevertheless, the Panthers have the football in Warrior territory. Running play off left guard on first down. That's Joe Pitchford, and that's a pretty good push by the Panther offensive line.
A nice little run there. Second and short. We'll see if they go hurry up here. Maybe you have 2 plays in your huddle now compared to just having 1 and going back to the huddle after each snap.
Second and 5 from the 44. And they take their time getting some substitutes in the game. But once they break the huddle, they don't waste any time snapping the ball, that's for sure. There's the evidence. Running play up the middle. That's a nice job there. That was Ben Carter on the carry.
Yeah, and this drive and last drive, Liberty Hill starting to show that this is what this team's built around. This is what it can look like. They're moving the ball forward at will, and Pieper just needs to find a way to hold down for 4 more minutes.
Panthers with a first down just inside the 38. Pitcher rolls left, throws back right. He's got a wide open man. He's got a completion, and he throws that one to his brother, Joe Pitchford, and they've got a first and goal down inside the 5, and that's successfully executed onside kick looms really large right now.
Yeah, I mean, Pieper had the ball in their hands on the onside kick, and it just snuck away, and then now the Pitchford connection works, and now they're just 4 yards away.
Quickly to the line of scrimmage. Big push and a touchdown. And we're not counting any chickens here at all. This one is not over. Getting a little hairy, in fact, but Ben Carter gets the touchdown, his 21st rushing touchdown of the season.
Yeah, the momentum has been all over the place tonight, and right there, Liberty Hill just cashed it in. Now you go for a PAT, and you're within 2 possessions. You'll think they'll go for another onside kick here, and they got to think they got a little bit, they got some confidence, especially after capitalizing on the last one.
It's 33-22. So the Panthers trying to get within 10. PAT is on its way, and it's good. And we're going to take this one right down to the nub. Nothing comes easy. You wouldn't want it to. You wouldn't want it to, Warrior Nation. We'll be back with the final 4 minutes and 10 seconds of the fourth quarter in just a moment, right here on the Warrior Sports Network.
Converts the extra point with 4:10 remaining.
Paul and Joey, you're back.
Back in Liberty Hill. This hasn't become a nail-biter quite yet, Joey, but we could get there.
Yeah, you can start to feel there's starting to get a little nervousness. You were up 33-10, and now they've found a way to score 10 unanswered points, another onside kick, and you got to think there's a little bit of nightmares from just 5 minutes ago.
And they're going to go to exactly the same place with it. Ball takes a hop. Looks like, first of all, it didn't go the required 10 yards. And beyond that, looks like the Warriors got on the football. So now, everybody always talks about the 2-minute drill in football. There's a thing called the 4-minute drill. And that's when you're leading and you got the football and you're going to bleed this thing dry and run out the final 4 minutes by outwilling and bludgeoning your opponent.
You got to find a way to run out this final 4 minutes and 10 seconds. Liberty Hill does have 3 timeouts left. We'll see if they keep the ball on the air or if they keep going in the air, but I would say right here, just keep handing the ball off to Brady Hopper.
Let's find out here on first down. Well, you didn't need a crystal ball, Joey. Good call nevertheless. And that's a gain of about 8.
You'll take a 9-yard pickup on first down from Brady Hopper. Does a really good job right there. And now you set up an opportunity to get a first down and keep the chains moving.
Moves the ball inside the 40 at the 39. And the clock running, 3:45 left.
And here's that urgency right here. There's no urgency right here. Waste as much time off that play clock and the game clock as possible.
Currently at 10. From the empty set. Shovel pass, pitch, completion to Hopper. Loses a couple of yards, but the clock continues to roll.
Yeah, and you got another 40 seconds on the play clock. So that they're going to waste it down in the final 3 seconds, and that puts you just over 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So just continue to let the time go here, and it's going to make it really difficult for Liberty Hill, if they get the ball back, to score 10 points in less than a 2-minute and 20-second span.
Both of these teams, of course, will continue their season in the first round of the playoffs next week. We'll tell you about the Warriors' position here in just a moment. 3rd and a long 5. South looks left side, complete. I believe that's Champagne on the reception, and he has a first down at the 35-yard line. And, Joey, that's a big deal.
You mentioned earlier Isaiah Champagne would have one more big catch in this ball game. I think that was it right there. It wasn't a iconic statement catch, but it was enough to move the chains. First down. And now if Pieper gets one more first down, this ball game's over.
Line of scrimmage, the 35. Hopper, the running back, standing to the right of his quarterback, Jake South. Motion to trips on the near side. That's Strachan, the motion man. Hopper is the ball carrier, and he'll be brought down behind the line of scrimmage back at about the 38-yard line. And Liberty Hill will take a timeout.
Yeah, that's timeout 1 of 3, and they're going to use all 3 of these timeouts to get down to a Pieper 4th down. So that's why I'm saying if you pick up one more first down, it ices this ball game. So all you need is 12 yards to end this ball game.
Okay, so it's not that we're looking ahead to the playoffs. We're not taking anything for granted here. But there are playoffs to be looked forward to, because if nothing else at this point, Pieper has guaranteed itself a place in the playoffs. Now, if they win this game, and they're the undisputed champs in 13-5A Division II, and the head-to-head winner and the top seed, it appears likely that their first-round opponent next week would be Sam Houston. We'll keep you posted on that, but in the meantime, as they say in this business, check your local listings.
It's going to be exciting. I mean, Pieper playoff football, first time we've said that.
Isn't it great?
You got to think it's going to be fun a week or a week and a day from tonight.
Pieper playoff football. That's just got a nice ring to it. 2nd and 13, 149 showing. Shovel pass coming near side, big yardage, more than that, 20, 15, 10, 5, not to be denied. Brady Hopper with his 4th touchdown of the night. However, we have Laundry down on the field at the 31-yard line.
Looks like it's going to be a holding. Brady Hopper, 3rd time today that he's had a big rush, and it looks like it's going to be marched backwards. And that's unfortunate. That one could have ended the game.
Offense, 10 yards from his final foul. Replay, second.
Oh, man. So the walk-off is from the spot of the foul. And it moves the ball back to the Panther 41-yard line. And it's 2nd and 16 from there.
Second down 16 from the Liberty Hill 41.
Big penalty right there, and just thinking towards next week, you got to find a way to limit those penalties because there's been so many times tonight they've had a big rush and they just keep going backwards.
South throws over the middle. Champagne on the catch. Good, tough, physical catch. He takes the pop. Actually, excuse me, that's Andrew Grindstaff on the reception. And talking about tough and gritty and gutsy, he has shown all of that and has really become a practice superstar. You know, you admire players who have wonderful practice habits and a lot of discipline, and that young man has it.
Yeah, Grindstaff's done a really good job in the past 3 weeks. He's come up especially with a lot of the injuries that we mentioned, especially during pregame, and Grindstaff has stepped up into that number 1 receiver role, and he's done a really good job with it. He's proven that Jake South can rely on him. I mean, just think about last week with over 10 receptions.
So Liberty Hill takes another timeout. They got 1 remaining. But they trail by 10 at 33-23.
And if this play doesn't go for the first down, Liberty Hill's going to use that final timeout. And then they'll be out of timeouts here, so that's why I'm saying right here, find a way to pick up those 10 yards and move the chains.
So that penalty wiped out what would have been Hopper's 4th touchdown of the night. 3rd and 10 from the 35. South under heavy pressure as they bring that blitz right up the middle, and he's tackled back at midfield. So once again, we can't pop the corks just yet.
Last time out, Liberty Hill.
So the Panthers now out of timeout with 1:23 left and trailing by 10 at 33-23.
Pieper's so close right here. They just need to find a way. You're going to have to get a deep punt right here. You're going to likely aim it for the corners, try to get the ball inside the 10-yard line. And if you're the defense, one more good defensive drive and you get to go home as district champs. But, I mean, 1:23 left. The Liberty Hill, they still see light at the end of the tunnel, so they're still going to come out fully running as soon as they get the ball back on offense.
Let's just hope from a Pieper standpoint that light at the end of the tunnel turns out to be an oncoming train.
I mean, with the way the defense has played all night, they have not let up one big play all night long. So Liberty Hill, I mean, they can't look back at a part of this ball game where they've had that, and they've all been small chunks that have gone for long drives, and they don't have that sort of time with under 1:30 to go.
Liberty Hill sends Aiden Camarena back as their deep return man, standing at his 10-yard line.
For Pieper, number 7, Jake Schraken, back deep.
Strachan gets it away. That's okay. Now roll, baby. But it takes a lateral hop. Now it goes back inside the 20, and in fact gets killed just outside the 15-yard line. So Liberty Hill needing 85 yards here just to stay in the game.
Yeah, I don't mind the punt there. You could tell he was trying to get the angle on it. Just a little short, but puts the ball at the 16-yard line. And as Paul just mentioned, I mean, over 80 yards to go to pick up a touchdown right here, and they don't have any timeouts to work with on a heavy rushing offense.
.111 showing. 111 standing between the Warriors and their first ever district championship. More to follow in the years to come, no doubt. But first, you got to close this one out, and that's a pretty good first down running play. And that's Ben Carter on the carry, and he does get out of bounds to stop the clock with 1:04 showing.
Can't afford that. You can't allow the running back to get to the sidelines. You got to find a way to close those off. Keep the time running.
That was a 14-yard run from a guy who came into this game averaging 9 yards a carry. From the 30. Pass over the middle is complete to Jet Harrison. Pretty good throw there by Jack Pitchford, but doesn't gain a whole lot of yardage, and it doesn't stop the clock as it rolls inside 50 seconds. Quickly to the LOS. They spike the ball to stop the clock.
Now looks like there's going to be a false start also.
But there was a false start. Well, I guess they can look at it this way. That stops the clock too.
You got to give credit to the linebackers on that play, not allowing that first down, because the first down would have temporarily stopped the clock to move the chains. They keep them in front of the yard to gain, and then they get the false start. So pretty costful sequence right there for Liberty Hill.
There's going to be a runoff on the clock here following that penalty, which is the way the rule is written. So they set it at 34, which is correct. Quarterback under pressure. Throws deep down the middle. Jump ball situation. Ball on the ground. Incomplete. 24 seconds showing.
4 players nearby, and then that ball is just tossed up in the air. Pieper does a good job just batting that ball down in the turf, making sure nobody got a hand on that ball. It doesn't matter if a defender caught it. You just want to bat that ball down to the ground and force an incompletion.
Great tandem coverage by Reese Madigan and Jackson Hopper. Third down, but more importantly, 24 seconds left in the ball game. Coming up, we will be giving you tonight's Warriors offensive and defensive players of the game. Sponsored by Brad Hopper at American Interiors. Pass over the middle and another interception. And wouldn't that be the way to close this off? Wouldn't that, the way this game has gone, wouldn't that be the proper punctuation? Reese Madigan takes a big shot at the end of that interception, but here's the thing. It's that interception, and it's that interception that seals this game and seals the undisputed district championship for the Pieper Warriors.
Reese Madigan just put the bow on top of the present district championship for this Pieper Warrior team, and what a way to end it. A defensive game, and then the big pick to end this ball game. What a day and what a season.
We're here banging some glass panes with the Warrior coaching staff. They are ecstatic, and they're so good, and they work so hard. That's an amazing staff. We have selected tonight's Warriors offensive and defensive players of the game. Offensively, Brady Hopper, man. And defensively, you could make a case for 6 different guys, Reese Madigan being one of them, but it's got to go to Caden Glass, don't you think, Joey?
Caden Glass was just flying through the offensive line tonight. He was all over the field like he's been all season long. What a day for Caden Glass, and then Brady Hopper taking the team in this second half, and he carried them to the victory and the first district championship in program history.
Just going to kneel it out. The sweetest formation in all of football, the victory formation.
Especially championship victory.
The biggest victory in Pieper Warrior history. South takes the knee. It's at 6. It's at 5. It's over. And the Pieper Warriors, what a special program this is becoming. What a special place Pieper High School is. I will guarantee you, as they used to say that old commercial, they did this the old-fashioned way. They earned it.
They sure did earn it just 12 months ago. A team who did not even get near the playoff picture, and then you 12 months away, and you defeat Liberty Hill for the district championship, and you're going to the playoffs for the first time next week, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And Warrior Nation, you got to go out and you got to support.
Unbelievable, and we are so happy for you, Warrior Nation, because that is a great fan base as well, committed to doing things the right way. So once again, our final score, Pieper 33, Liberty Hill 23. That makes the Warriors the undisputed champions of District 13 5A Division II. So now it's on to the playoffs. We're awaiting formal confirmation on our first round opponent, time, and date. But know this, you can count on us, and we can count on you. What a beautiful job for the beautiful Pieper Warriors. So, for right now, along with Joey Gonzalez and our spotter Keith Schmitz, I'm Paul Alexander bidding you happily good night from Liberty Hill.
Please remember, your Liberty Hill state-bound marching band will be performing their competition performance immediately following the game.
Every roof has a story, and you notice yours has more than one to tell. That spring storm brought more than just rain. The telltale thump of hail hitting every second as the wind tears the shingles off one by one. Now it's time to do something about it, but you need someone you can trust. That's why homeowners turn to Stevens Roofing and Remodeling, a family-owned company with over 30 years of experience in all types of roof systems. Providing free inspections, Stevens will help you every step of the way. Join our family today. Stevens Roofing and Remodeling, trusted by generations.
Oh man, here's a broken play. I don't think any of these guys are north to south runners. I mean, look at this one here. Just bounced outside with no blockers ahead of him. But you know, you can always call a Hail Mary, and the guy that you want as your QB is Dr. Ferris. I mean, you give Dr. Ferris the ball, and boom, good things happen. Yep, that's Ferris Orthodontics again with that really nice new smile.
Not the fun part of being a dad, but I have to speak to you about something that is concerning me.
Concerning you?
Yeah. Heard you and your mother talking about this Arlo fella, and
Arlo?
I wasn't eavesdropping. He's always watching you. His videos are secure. This guy sounds like a creep.
It's not.
Your privacy is very important to me, and I think you need to make better decisions when it comes to boys. And this Arlo is not a boy that I think you should be dating.
You're dating someone?
Yeah, Arlo. I heard you guys talking about him.
Arlo?
Yeah.
Dad, Arlo's the name of the new security cameras that we got from our service provider. We were talking about how great they are and how safe they make me feel. Arlo's not a boy.
Well, that's a boy's name.
Oh, boy.
Ah, not a boy. Apparently, we just learned that it's a camera named after a boy. Why don't you name it Peter?
Good luck on the Cannery Road. Good luck down in Austin. If it was easy, everybody would do it. It's all just a part of the show. God bless you and your 9 to 5. Hot supper on the table. But don't you tell me about me and mine. I'm a savvy boy willing and able. Are they ever gonna find us? Shipwreck on the mountain. Rubbernecking all the outlaws. It's who we wanna be. Belly up and just fake it. And two-step overrated. So we can hope to be some